It's a dark night. 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 It's a dark night.
All right. Welcome everybody to another Beatboxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. Open Lines Friday edition for everybody out there, which means anybody can join. And you should join. Fellas, doesn't matter whether it's 5 people that join, 10, 15, or 30. It's mayhem, it's pandemonium, and it's all live right now. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way. Fellas, don't forget to check us out on Spreaker, iTunes, and Spotify. And let's give a shout out to everybody in there in the chat room. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It really helps us out. Who we got in the chat? We've got Paja. Shout out to Paja. Omar E. We got King Bucho there soon to join us, I hope. Eparokua. Team Batman Boxing. SSC. Jay Perez. Shout out to Rapbacks Trucking Company. Hope you're alive and well out there. Keep on trucking. Meno A. Shadow Combat. Iceman. TW Surf. Michael Poe. Shout out to Michael, Oscar Prince, Boateng, Mini Taps. Second guest always. Many poor people to come, I'm sure. Fighter Spirit as well. Fighter, I sent you a, what's it called? Friend request, because I don't think you're in the Discord anymore. Some of the shenanigans you were up to. So accept my friend request on Discord so I can contact you, or you contact me, whatever. Shout out to Norman Luis, Manir Khan, Super Anderson Aldo, Arkham Inmate, and Virtuoso as well in there. Shout out to you fellas. All right, listen. Let's stop fudging around, as they say. And let me show you how this works here. If you want to join the panel, you just got to join the BDA Discord. I'm going to be posting the invite pretty soon. Well, let me just show you how it works first, in case you're not familiar. Well, first of all, let me find Discord. There we go. So there's the Discord, all right? See, you join. All you got to do is you got to go to the... All right, now I got 2 Discords. What the heck? Look at the one in the middle here, all right? All you got to do is join the Discord, put your name, your email. You don't have to go to your email in order to confirm. You just got to put an email, a password. Don't forget the password. Write it down somewhere, memorize it, do what you got to do. And then you go here where you see the... On the left-hand portion, you see there's a speaker icon, right? And it says Beatboxing. See how it's flashing? Click on the speaker icon and boom, you're in. And as you can see, there's already people in there. Anderson, Kenshiro, Soothsayer, and T1. All right, so without further ado, that's ado, let's get started. Let me go into the Discord here, see what's up. All right, we're live on the air here, fellas, so watch what you say. Good evening. First of all, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it, as always. Man, let me tell you something, guys. There's a lot in the news. We've got Brook versus Khan fighting tomorrow. That's about as real a grudge match as it gets. Oh, by the way, hold on a second. Yo, guys, can you hear me? All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I think I was muted over here. All right, but listen, fellas, thank you for joining. As always, really appreciate it. Let's get right down to it. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about the Kambosos Lomachenko mess? Canelo still undecided on whether he's going with the zone or PBC. You guys want to talk about the fight tomorrow between Brook and Khan? You tell me. The floor is yours.
I was thinking the 2 lovers, Brook and Khan. That's what I was thinking.
All right, before we get to that, actually, can anyone want to talk about, or should we even mention this? Because I know it was very disgusting. Pringle Ingle and joining the Juan Manuel Marquez fan club of ingesting bodily fluids. You guys want to watch that clip or?
No, but let me say something about that, man.
Is that safe for work?
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
pretty much.
In the UFC, they've got tied to Ivasa doing that fucking disgusting shoey thing, and I swear to God, I want to turn the TV off when he does that, man. I saw this guy drinking that guy's fucking his body fluids. That's fucking disgusting.
It's worse than the shoey. Because the shoey, it's mainly just alcohol and like a dirty shoe. He just drank sweat. Like ass sweat, fucking armpit sweat.
Oh.
This dude is disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting.
Hey, BDA, that thumbnail pic.
Do me a favor. When you take it off the screen, let me know because I'm closing my eyes.
It's not. I just took it off the screen. Yeah. But go ahead, Soothsayer. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, that thumbnail pic of Khan. I like how you don't need to think too much about what he's doing with that other hand. You can't see off screen.
Oh man, I mean, I gotta tell you, that's both of these guys.
We can all relate to that picture. Is what I'm saying.
You know what? Both Khan and Brook should be placed under arrest after their fight because these guys deserve to be. They should be walking amongst us, man.
I have a theory about their beef. I'll talk about it later, but I think I have a crystal clear theory that
Get into it now, man. Let's
90% true.
Get into
You
it
want to
now.
hear it?
Let's do it. Yes,
I think this is what happened, right? This is why Khan hates Brook, right? They were former lovers. They used to be roommates or whatever. And Khan, his chin isn't the greatest, so Brook finished off on Khan on his face. It landed directly onto his chin. He got knocked out. And then Khan told Brook, "You're sleeping on the couch tonight." That's where it began.
You know what? That doesn't sound too implausible. That sounds.
I have a source. I can't disclaim it, but I have a source, an inside source.
I have audio of their shenanigans while they were roommates. Check this out.
Oh Jesus!
Anyway, that's enough of that. Well, listen.
Is that Mr. Slade?
I don't know who that is, man. I just it's random audio. No, but you know what? Listen, one of the big questions going into this is that people are asking whether you're gonna watch it because it's on ESPN Plus. I gotta tell you guys, I'm gonna watch it. I'm interested in this. I think it's a pretty entertaining fight, considering all the trash talking. I still think both guys have a little something left in the tank, and why not? Why not see it now? It's not like they're in their 40s. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, I think it's leveled the playing field. Amir Khan has never had a great chin, and now Brooks is like gone. So it's like a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, now.
Now, that's the other thing, though. I'm surprised that a lot of people are picking Khan in this one.
No, Matt, what are you talking about?
That's what I've been hearing throughout the internet, man. In comment sections, other programs, other YouTube channels. A lot of people, and people that I trust and whose opinion I respect, are saying that they're picking Khan. So I'm going, what am I missing?
No.
Well, early on, he's got the speed advantage. Like look at that Canelo fight, right? For those first few rounds, Canelo couldn't hit him. So I mean, it's plausible that he will have some sort of a advantage early. Like the timing, Kell Brook's one of his best weapons is his timing, right? He's gonna, have to take some rounds to get used to Khan's speed. In my opinion.
When you saw Khan versus Crawford in the first round, he was already in trouble. Crawford was beating him to the punch, knocking him down. Now Brook fought Crawford after, and Brook was actually doing quite well against Crawford for the first three rounds before obviously he got caught in the fourth and got stopped. Brook's been the most active, and I'm not being funny with Khan. It's like you look at him, his speed is being deteriorated. Legs are now just jumping all over the place. A lot of the bookies obviously favour Brook slightly more, and more boxing pundits in this country favour Brook more.
All right, that's interesting to hear because people from around YouTube are picking Khan from what I've been hearing. What about anybody else? What about the rest of you fellas? How do you
Khan
see this
is going
fight?
to get knocked out with his poppadom chin.
No. Hey, we got Amir Khan's cousin. We got Amir Khan's cousin on the line. Go ahead, Malik. Keep going, man. Let us know what you think about the fight.
Khan's chin is as brittle as a poppadom, so it
get him out of here.
What do you mean get him out of here? His opinion is just as valid as the rest of you guys. Come on now. This is Open Lines Friday. Everybody gets to speak their mind. All right, well, listen, Jimmy, let me ask you this. Jimmy just dropped by, man. Jimmy, did you see that video of Ingle Pringle, Brook's trainer, and what he ingested live on camera? Well, not live, but on camera.
Ugh.
When they were facing off with each other?
Oh, no. I'm talking about the video where Brendan Ingle actually takes Kell Brook's sweat, puts it, sprinkles it in there in a vase, in a glass, and chugs it down like it was a beer.
Oh, is that so? I heard about that. Was that serious? That really happened?
Yes.
And there was no fake. Like he couldn't. Did he like take a different rag, a sleight of hand?
Let me show you the video.
That was.
Would you like to see the video? Or?
He squeezed it out like it was.
No, I'll take your word for it, brother. No, I'll take your word for it, dude, because that'll make me sick. No, that's something fucking, like maybe that dude, maybe he's the dude fucking, now Khan did that or Brooks guy?
Brooks trainer.
Yeah, all right, well.
He drank Brooks.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude. You know what I mean? That's really fun. It's so gross. Like, that's like the fucking, that's even beyond, like, is he dating a dude or something? Like, who the fuck would do that?
But wait a minute,
who would drink another man's fucking sweat? Like, what's his point?
There's no benefit to it, Jimmy? You would know. You're the nutritional expert here.
The extra electrolytes, mate.
I'd rather see Steve-O drinking that goldfish in that bowl than that shit.
Yeah, enough. Listen, no, in fact, your body releases toxin in sweat. It's not just, you know what I mean? It's your body releases, like, it's not just like you're not losing electrolytes, it's the toxins you sweat out of your body too. So fuck that. No, there's pills they make for that. Like if you're looking to get electrolytes, you're looking to get vitamins, there's a bevy of water-soluble vitamins and whatnot that'll get right in your system like that. If not, there's even, I don't know how far out they cannot take injections on certain vitamins you're allowed to inject. I don't know. But drinking somebody's sweat is like drinking piss. It's a fucking, your body's getting rid of it. You know what I mean? It's not the nutrition of it. He did that because he's a fucking weirdo, dude. That's so beyond disgusting, man.
I think he got some bad bro science advice. I think that's what happened. Somebody told him like you could gain some pounds of muscles from drinking sweat. That's probably what happened.
Does anybody know why Eddie Hearn had no peace in this Khan Brooks fight? Like, do some of them have issues with each other?
He didn't think that he tried to make it happen initially, and obviously it didn't work. And I don't know if he tried to take more of the slice of the pie, but in the day, they didn't want to. Obviously, didn't work with him, and they went with Sky Sports.
Interesting. So, by the way, who is it now that's promoting this fight? It's not
Guy.
No, but there's an actual promoter, right?
Ben Shalom.
Shalom Ben. Yeah, that's the name. Thank you. Shalom Ben, whom I've never heard of. Have you guys ever heard of this guy before?
Is he a promoter or a manager?
I don't know.
Promoter.
I think I saw him on TV. I think I saw him on CNN.
I think he used to do them boxer tournaments.
Ah, okay.
You know what that is.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, some people are saying that they're not terribly excited to this fight. In fact, Steve Kim recently wrote that this is akin to two 40-year-olds going to their high school reunion and they're battling it out to see who the best MILF is. And I thought that was a low blow to MILFs all around the world. I mean, I think MILFs need a little love too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what are the implications here? I mean, what happened?
Who's the best washed British fighter? That's
exactly.
Honestly, I'd rather watch two MILFs fight. Honestly,
I'm sorry, but the UK, man, this is why the Europeans get no respect because everybody's getting a hard on over Khan, and it's sad. Disgusting.
We do the same thing here. I mean, right? When we look at one of the biggest pay-per-views with Mike Tyson against fucking what's his name? Both in their fucking 50s and shit. So
hey,
you know
Jimmy,
what I mean?
That was bad. Jimmy, let me cut you off. That was bad, but man, what they did to Holyfield, man, I'll never forgive those bastards.
All right.
But I like Tyson and like Joseph on another level than Cam and Brook.
I know. This is just domestic people. This is two dudes taking advantage of a sport that's kicking itself in the dick because fans are so desperate for anything resembling boxing. There's going to be knuckleheads dish out money, and these fucking two assholes who should be just sitting back somewhere getting fat with their family and going to try to take one last advantage of money. That's just the long and short of it. The rest of it's all window dress, and we can talk about it, but that's really what's going on here because this has zero impact on the sport.
The thing is, I know definitely Brook does not like Khan one bit. I think
my neighbors don't like each other, but I don't want to pay to watch them fight.
Well, I don't know, bro.
just fucking with you, dude, man. But you know what I'm saying, dude. It's just like after a while, man. It's like this is what we've been, got down to. It's just like Jesus Christ.
I won't lie. If Khan gets knocked out, then that's for me worth the money.
Yeah, well, that's
you know what's worth the money, bro?
Has to be funny.
Well, let me tell you what's worth the money. A leaked video from AJ fucking Khan's wife, bro. That would be that would be worth
LT, come on,
the
man.
money. Man.
Come on now. Hey, you know what?
If I was from England, I might want to get into it because of all there's some regional shit and all kinds of other stuff going on. Sorry, BDA. What's that, buddy?
No problem, Jimmy. Let me just read a couple of super chats here coming in. Shout out to Spurger King. He says, Happy Friday, BDA. Right back at you, Spurger King. Thank you for your contribution. And shout out to Recognize the Matrix for his contribution with the super chat. Really appreciate it, Recognize. He says, I threw up a little bit when I saw Brook's trainer swallow it. Salute, BDA family. Yeah, that was... Thanks, Recognize, again for the contribution, man. Really appreciate it. And I want to ask LT, I want to ask you something. LT, because you're Mexican, you know how we do in Mexico. You go to the mountains and they give you... Yeah, like they put an egg under your bed and that's supposed to make you feel better. What about drinking sweat? Is that something that's even too much for you, or?
You know what, bro? I was contemplating it a little while ago after some Coronas, bro. And bro, let me tell you, bro, we all tasted some sweat, some booty sweat, pussy sweat. You know, when your bitch just comes home, and, from work, we've all tasted that sweat. So, bro, it's not off the limit. You know what I mean? Everything is a go.
Well, there you go,
drinking
man.
it though.
All right, then. So LT admitted he tastes booty sweat. All right.
I mean, if you eat ass.
Man ass? You eat man ass?
Oh, come on. No, wait a minute. Where's this going? What's going on?
That's what his trainer did. He drank Kell Brook's sweaty ass. That's what's happened. That's disgusting.
Well, that is a no, bro. Okay, that. My bad. No, man. No. Wait. That is
clearly different.
No one sweat, bro. I'm talking about your bitch, bro. Don't mistwist my shit, right? You know what I mean?
That's my point. It's not the same, man. You ain't drinking man.
No, bro, no.
Man, that sweat, by the way, in the cup.
Man. Come on.
Was that?
Listen, on the 19th, we're going to...
That sweat in the cup, it looked really... there was a lack of transparency. It was really thick looking.
Talking about that, dude?
No, we can't. Okay, now let's stop talking about it. Let's talk about the... All right, so what can we expect tomorrow in terms of action? Do you guys think it's going to be a good fight between two old fighters, or is it going to be Roy Jones Hopkins 2, where it's one of the worst fights you've ever seen?
No, man, I don't think. I wouldn't say it'd be the greatest fight ever, but I think Khan's going to try to run around like Floyd Mayweather for 12 rounds, and Kell's going to try to just get a chance to corner him, cut him off, and crack him down.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm not surprised, bro, that Khan's wife was a fucking whore, bro. You just look at her and, bro, you just think, damn, bro, what a bimbo.
Did you know Khan's wife actually reached out to Big Mac? No, reached out to Big Mac. I'm not Bo
to train with Crawford.
Yeah. Big Mac. Big Mac. All right, you go.
I think, to be fair, I think she reached out to him because she wanted another black man, but found Big Mac instead of AJ type thing.
Oh, now wait a minute, what's going on here? Listen,
get him out of here.
But
the fact is bad blood. That I think. Well, they're young enough. Listen, they're both their chins. I mean, Khan never had a chin. I mean, but Brook's chin is suspect now too. So, and they truly dislike each other. That's not an act. And I think Brook really wants to knock him out. So that in itself could lead to something decent. As long as it's on for free, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
that's where it ends.
You know what I heard, Loki? My bad.
Kell Brooks and Khan, do they both have like some Middle Eastern in them? I'm going somewhere with this. Is why I'm asking.
No,
I was gonna go in there. I was gonna go in there. South Slayer. I've heard from the UK people that fight is a low key racist fight. Like I've heard that Khan is from Pakistan and they just don't like the Pakistanis over there and some shit like that.
Yeah,
that's what exactly I heard. But you know what I mean?
Brook is half white, half black. Brook is half white, half black.
I don't believe that. I need to see a DNA test. The dude looks completely like part Pakistani at least.
Yeah.
Just look at him. Like he don't look half black.
He looks like Hassan Nasid.
I don't know who that is, man.
He looks
Okay.
like fucking. He looks like Amir Khan's cousin.
He said that Brook is half white, half black.
Somebody said that. Yeah, somebody has
his
told me
father's
that.
Jamaican. Yeah, apparently. I don't believe that. I think his mom was hauling across the whole fucking Sheffield or whatever he's from. And she fucked like a Pakistani dude, like 2 dudes before the Jamaican.
Okay,
and
so-
she just got mixed up.
Hey, BDA, where I was going with that, why I asked that as well, is because can you imagine in what fucking world would there be 2 fighters of Middle Eastern descent like that we us American fans would cheer for? It would never fucking happen.
No, yeah, the United States, it's a different culture, man. But hey, in any event, look, they are fighting tomorrow. Apparently, it made a lot of money at the gate. Let's see how many viewers, what type of viewership it does over in the UK and in the US. But ultimately, I think it's a nice little interesting fight. Breaking news, by the way, Jaime Munguia, who is also fighting tomorrow in Tijuana, almost passed out trying to make weight. What is this fucking... I'm getting tired of this asshole. Really. I mean, he fights guys that have been beaten before. He doesn't even perform that well against them. I mean, he doesn't do better than some of the other guys. Well, what do you guys think about Jaime Munguia and him not even being able to make 160 comfortably?
This is another thing that makes me sick about him, right? He can't
Overrated.
He's passing out on like that. He gets on these podcasts, and all he does is call Triple G like he's Pacquiao, like a big Pacquiao fight or something. He's like waiting for that big Triple G fight.
This is what I think, bro. I think Jaime Munguia, bro, has a very hot ass fucking girlfriend, bro. I don't know if you've seen her.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
bro. She was in there.
ass,
Yeah, when they
bro.
had that banda in there playing for him.
Fuck, bro. Out of this world. Anyways, what I was thinking, bro, is that I think that this is a way of him fucking just, causing a media frenzy, bro, because no one's gonna really interested to watch that fight.
Hey, LT.
So I think, he's pulling that under his cat and, to sway the odds.
Well,
a little bit.
That's usually a sign. Well, it's usually a sign, Mr. BDA, of not taking the weight off properly. When it comes down to 2-3 days out, you're like, fuck, you're 6 pounds over, so you hit the sauna. You know what I mean? That's usually from sauna, and you get dizzy like that.
Also,
that's
bro,
usually a sign that he didn't train well.
Also, bro, fucking Oscar De La Hoya been babying that motherfucker way too fucking much,
way
bro.
Too long.
Way too fucking much.
Fucking the kid who passed out. They've been matching him softer than a roll of shaman.
I thought that was Terrible. I thought Morat. He's with Terrible.
Munguia. Yeah, fucking match softer than silk pajamas.
His promoter, bro.
Hey, LT, I gotta ask you something because you said that what's his name? Munguia's girlfriend is hot. I searched Jaime Munguia girlfriend online, and I don't know if you're looking at the screen on the YouTube stream. This is what comes up when I put Jaime. It's a woman in court with a county jail uniform on. So is that her? Or?
No, that's not her.
That's not her? Okay. Then fuck it. I just wanted to
No, that's not her, bro. No, bro. Fuck no, bro. That looks like someone's tia, bro. You know what I mean? Like your tia or some shit. Fucking PDA.
Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page, man.
PDA, that looks like, like the girl that fucking sells elotes down the corner. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. I apologize. But
why you showing LT's mom like that, bro? Come on.
Oh, the crack baby speaks.
Oh, come on.
You're a test tube baby.
Thought you guys were carnales. What's going on here?
Listen,
well, let me tell you the truth, bro. Hi, TM, bro. I mean, MMA, bro. Just jumped on everyone, bro. Trying to defend AJ and shit, bro. Like that kid, like he was defending Deontay Wilder.
Yo,
AJ. Who else was he defending? Tank Davis.
Yo,
everybody and their mamas, bro.
He's doing now. He's anti-Wilder. Anti-who else, man? Like, come on, MMA. Stick to
Mucho. Your mic is messed up.
Yeah.
You sound very. It's overmodulated.
Bro, defending Teofimo Lopez because he wanted to kill himself. That's MMA for you, bro.
I don't know where you got that, LT.
BDA. You got the name,
You,
man.
bro, you were on Ring IQ's channel, bro. They
Maybe
had
you
to kick
drink
you
your
out because you came
$1
with that
beers
weird
again.
shit.
I think LT's drink is $1 beers.
Huh?
You drink your $1 beers?
And what else?
Yeah. Put the tamales down. Put the tamales down, okay?
Hey, by the
What
way,
is going on,
I
man?
saw.
When you
I'm sorry.
find your
I'm
mom,
sorry.
bro, hey, bro, when you meet your mom and your dad for the first time, bro,
Stop
tell her you
smoking
love them, bro.
carne asada flavored Swisher sweets. All right.
Hey, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
When your mom
MMA.
gets out of jail
Hey,
and your dad gets out of
MMA.
jail, bro, tell them you love them, bro.
MMA sounds like the handicapped kid from Malcolm in the Middle, the black
Oh,
kid.
come on, man. What's
Bro,
going on here?
Soothsayer,
Oh.
are you? Bro, you're retarded. Bro. You're retarded.
Hey,
Mr. BDA.
Your mom is a crackhead. Your mom is a
All right,
crackhead.
yeah, here we go with
Your mom is a
the.
crackhead.
Let
Mucho
him go at
knows
it.
Your mom is a
and
crackhead.
PDA knows that we Mexicans eat con madre, bro.
that's what
That
I'm
fucking nice
saying, bro.
carne
We need to
asada.
unify. We need to unify now, bro.
Your mom is a crackhead, Sooth.
All right, so Mr. BDA.
Yes, sir.
Your mom is a crackhead.
All right,
Yeah,
dude, I just,
Go ahead, Jimmy.
yeah, just well, no, because
Sooth,
yeah, it's going.
wait,
So,
hold up, Jimmy, hold for a second. Sooth, your mom's a crackhead.
all right, man, come on,
Go
enough of
ahead,
that.
Jimmy.
Listen,
Go
so
ahead, Jimmy. Jimmy,
yeah,
go
so
ahead.
I just wanted to address something. Listen, people got to understand. I know probably most of these people even calling it today already understand this, but when the PBC says we offered $50 million for Benavidez, to Canelo to fight Benavidez, or now they're throwing around $50 million to offer Canelo. At the same token, they're having to put any fight with purses exceed $1 million on pay-per-view because they don't have the money to finance it. How do they suddenly have 50 million? Like, that's what people, I'm like, it's not because they're using Canelo's money. And if you understand what that means is Canelo, no matter who he fights, is going to generate $100 million. That's a given.
Jimmy,
With site fees, that's a given. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. No matter who he fights, right? No matter if he fights Bivol, no matter what, him himself is going to bring in X amount of dollars because what you do is you take his past fights and you go by his last 10 fights, easily have accessed $1 million, $100 million and everything. So you can easily say, we're going to give you 50 million. First off, they didn't say guaranteed, which they did with Plant. That was 40 million guaranteed plus a slice of the pay-per-view. So when they say, oh, we offer them 50 million, all they're doing is just saying, we're giving you half the money that we know you'll bring in by yourself. Even if, no matter who just insert, no matter who it is in there. I mean, outside like a Neilgrim, but, Benavidez, Charlo, anybody, Andrade. But if he fights Triple G, even though I don't want to see that fight because I want to see Triple G retire, Triple G fans, there's enough of them out there that Canelo knows, like, this whole fucking thing won't be on my shoulders. So if they're offering me 85 plus a slice for that two-tier, he can still actually make more, even though there's, like, one side, DAZN's offering 85 for Bivol and Triple G, where they're offering 100 million. But that's 100% dependent upon if it generates it. Where if he knows he's bringing fights Triple G, that, remember, it did 1.3 million the last one. So you figure probably do it at least 9. I would imagine if he fights him again. So what I'm saying, it's house money. This is the reason why the PBC can offer that kind of money, and Canelo knows that. So it's not in tight. It's not in sight. It's not like, oh, geez, really 50 million? Fucking whatever. Okay, the reason why, what did they pay their biggest fighter, Spence and Ugas? They're about to fight on a pay-per-view. What's their guaranteed purses? $3 million each?
I think
Canelo,
you have like a strong, and I'm not trying to disrespect you. I think you have a strong hate for the PBC. But
no, I have a strong dislike. I don't hate. No, I just use dislike. I don't hate anybody.
Want to finish? So
MMA, give back the phone of your aunt, bro.
You have a strong hate for the PBC, and but also they already paid Canelo for the Caleb Plant fight, right? They paid Pacquiao. How do you think they can afford Pacquiao and Canelo already? So what do you mean?
First of all, Pacquiao doesn't charge as much as fucking Canelo.
All right, let Jimmy respond. Let Jimmy respond. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Because they used the money Canelo brought in. They only had that money to pay him because Canelo sold the Plant Canelo fight did 800,000 on a pay-per-view. Do you see what happens when you try to just put anybody on a pay-per-view? The PBC just also supposedly paid Thurman a few $1 million for that Barrios fight, guaranteed he doesn't make his fucking purse, guaranteed, because they didn't sell enough pay-per-views. Broner himself just made a video, said a lot of guys are getting fucked over here because they have to put everything on pay-per-view to collect their money, and it doesn't come all in at once either. Floyd just came out and said that. So on top of that, not only they have to, it's depending on the pay-per-views that might not sell, they have to wait for the money to trickle in some cases. And no, I don't like Al Hammond, what he's done for boxing. That goes all the way back to HBO. He turned HBO into the fucking. He ruined it. He literally drove HBO boxing into the ground. But that's it. So.
Can I say something about? Can I say something real quick? Shout out to Texas Bulldog Boxing for his contribution with the super chat, and he says Canelo will choose the path of least resistance. So let's get into that because that's been a big point of contention.
That's a good question, man.
It's a very good question from Texas Bulldog. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. He's this has been a point of contention, right? King Butcher, what have you heard about this, or what do you think about this?
No, I don't know. I just want to know what people think. What's the path of least resistance? Is it the PBC or is it the zone option?
PBC 100%.
Well, why?
Bro, I'll be honest, bro. I just don't want to pay for fucking Charlo and fucking David Benavidez, bro. I don't want to pay.
They're way
don't want to
easier,
fork
though.
over those fucking $80, bro. When I don't, bro. I already have the Zone subscription. I want to watch it from there, man.
Well, let's break it down. Let's break it down.
So there's two types of fights, all right? Charlo and what's his name? And Benavidez and Triple G.
Well, but can you repeat the question because I couldn't hear you properly?
Oh, sorry. There's two sets of fights, and
Right.
if I'm wrong on the combination, you guys correct me. Is it Charlo and Benavidez, and the other one is Bivol and Triple G?
Yes.
Also, the harder one personally is Triple G and Bivol, personally.
Of course.
Obvious.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's not. Let's break it down, though. Let's break it down because, okay, we have Bivol and Triple G. Bivol is very dangerous. It's at 175, unless Canelo decides to put in a rehydration clause and weight trains the guy. It's a very hard fight, man. Canelo will probably make it difficult for Bivol too because Canelo's not easy to hit, but he's not the most active guy either. And at 175, his power is going to be diminished. Don't let the Kovalev fight fool you. Golovkin might be 40 years old, but he still has the style to always trouble Canelo. He's got the chin, he still has the jab, and he still has the power. Now let's go to the PBC. We've got Charlo, who can hit hard. He's hungry. He's been waiting for his shot at a big name. He hasn't fought anyone on the level of Canelo before, so he probably will be highly
And he's
motivated.
going up in weight.
Right? Yeah. And then let's go to Benavidez. I mean, I think I've spoken about that length here. How Benavidez hasn't beaten anybody like Canelo, but the guys that he has beaten, he's mopped the floor with them. So therefore, flimsy logic would dictate that he would probably stand up to Canelo. Now let's look at the negatives. Wait, what the fuck? Sorry about that. Discord shut down. Discord shut down, so I gotta go jump back in there. So none of these guys can actually hear you. Give me 2 seconds here. See if we're back. Hey guys, am I back? Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
you're back, Mr. DD.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The reason is though.
So
the reason is because the Benavidez and Jamal Charlo fight is more pay-per-view friendly, if you will, because they're more, I guess you say, they're more, fan friendly fighters than, a Bivol who's not really entertaining. I'll be honest, he's a good fighter, I'm not gonna lie, but he's not entertaining. Let's keep it real. He's not.
What was the PPV between Triple G and Canelo before?
1.3 million.
Yeah, he's washed up.
So, no, I'm just saying they're more pay-per-view friendly, and the Zone is not even, pay-per-view. It's not even pay-per-view. So he's not going to be getting money from the Zone. He's going to be getting money just from his purse.
Okay, so now it's
when you take an old dog out to the back to kill it, That's Triple G and Canelo when it gets old.
You're exaggerating, though. Yeah, you're exaggerating. That's number one. But number two, let's. Okay, so now we're getting into. But
For
now
the
we're getting
average
into.
casual fan, Triple G hasn't aged one bit.
The hardcores think that they are the casual
Canelo's in
fans.
his prime, so that's what.
You know what I mean? For the casual fan, bro, Triple G is as old as Canelo, bro.
You're a Canelo fan, so that's an easy fight for you. So you would
see how GG looks in the
Hey,
Rock
I'm just putting a point out there.
Rocked by a bum.
Well, I mean,
That's
the same could be say a rare breed that he's a Charlo fan, and therefore he's gonna want to see Canelo versus Charlo. But let's really break it down and let's really look at both sides of this issue here, because MMA Champ brought in the money issue. That's a separate issue from which is that the path of least resistance. That's what we're looking at. I don't know. Do you guys think Canelo gets past Bivol? That's number one.
Listen,
His toughest fight.
Bivol goes the distance with domestic level UK fighters, man.
A lot of the Canelo fanboys gonna be losing their money on that night.
Yeah, I actually think Bivol can give him a fucking hard fight, man.
Yeah, I think Bivol Leather 4 is definitely his hardest test. I personally like to see Benavidez and Charlo right in a row just to shut up some people. Not anybody in this panel, just mostly people on Twitter, because the thing is, I just want to say this too. Why doesn't Charlo and Benavidez fight each other? And then the winner gets Charlo. Because they won't give up that zero. No, they won't. And Benavidez will fight him, but they don't want to give up the zero.
That if they fight each other, they'll go Canelo?
But it would obviously up their chances, because the winner of that would move up the rankings.
You guys fight each other. Okay, now you can get my fight.
What's that? No, look, I want Canelo to fight those two. I'm on your side. I'm saying I want him to fight those two. But I'm telling you right now, Charlo, out of the four of them, is going to give him the least amount of trouble.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But the combination of Benavidez and Charlo is a tougher matchup than just Triple G and Bivol, in my opinion.
The combination, bro. This isn't a fucking two-piece meal combo, bro.
Because also, one more question. Where's the proof that Bivol is a better fighter than Benavidez or Charlo? Is there proof of this?
Yeah, well, he's beaten.
There's proof that I guarantee neither one of them would ever test them.
Have you seen Bivol fight, right?
Hold on, one at a time. Hold on, one at a time.
Yes, I have seen Bivol fight. I have seen Bivol fight. He's very talented, but...
Did you see Jamal Charlo's last fight?
Okay, that's a triangle theory, though. Like, well, not triangle theory, but that's...
question. You saw his last fight, right?
Yes, I did, but both of them didn't really fight anybody.
I'm asking a question. Okay, so you saw the last fight. Now, did you see a different skill sets in both their last fights? Be honest.
Yes.
Okay. Who did you see the different skill sets in the last fight? Bivol or Jamal?
Okay. Let me answer what you're asking me. Yes, Bivol is a more skilled fighter than Charlo, but Charlo will actually bring the fight to Canelo. That's the difference. I'm not interested in watching a guy dance around Canelo anymore. That doesn't work.
But wait a minute, why would I got to ask you, Red Breed? Seriously, no disrespect, but I got to ask you, why would Charlo completely change his fighting style? He's a counterpuncher.
He is a counter, but he can actually crack. I think Bivol...
but can actually crack. Okay, again, and listen, I'm just a facts-driven kind of guy. I say, okay, he can crack. Let's look at who he's knocked out. He's now hasn't been dropping anybody of note. The last person he actually beat were the last two guys were dragged up from 154 who were really fucking pygmies. They were there to make him look good. Zero resistance. So my point being, how much power does he really actually have? And how much power is he going to have at 168? I mean, you got to keep all that shit in perspective. That's all I'm saying, dude. And I want to see that fight, but I don't think he hits as hard as you think.
Can I ask you a question, Jimmy?
Yes.
When you offer a guy two similar offers and he takes the other offer, doesn't that automatically tell you that's the easier fight? That's what I think.
No, so either way, he's ducking somebody. Either way, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what offer he accepts. The other side's gonna say he ducked the other side. So fitting on that.
There's also
that's my point, bro. If Canelo, that's my point, bro. If Canelo fights Charlo and then they're gonna be this, you know what they're gonna say? He's ducking David Morrell.
Okay, but let me ask you guys a question.
Yes, sure.
Who are the two fighters that people have been saying Canelo's been dunking for the last couple years?
There's a small
Benavidez
percentage.
and Charlo.
There's a tiny percentage of
because
hardcore
that's what their fans have been saying. No hardcore fans
that's
have
what
been
the
saying
fans
that.
should
Their
do what the fans want.
Well, can I just say
only
something?
the
Can I
LGBT,
just
bro. Like,
can
who
I
gives a
interject?
fuck?
Can I interject?
they're
Can
the
I,
majority.
fellas? Can I interject?
Mr. BDA.
Fellas, yes, please.
Mr.
Can I
BDA is
interject?
talking.
Thank you, Jimmy. Can I interject? Because I've been hearing Triple G fans saying Canelo's been ducking that rubber match. I've heard Android fans say, very vociferously that Canelo's been ducking that fight. So there's always going to be, that's the curse of the A side. They can't fight everybody. Now, unless you can show, as they say now, the receipts that during a time somebody actually offered a contract and the other promoter said, fuck that, we're not taking that contract, then maybe then you can make an argument. But for the most part, like right now, look, listen, there's a lot of fights out there for Canelo. There's Benavidez, there's Charlo, there's Bivol at 175, there's the Triple G rubber match, which is still dangerous in my opinion. There's still Andrade, that fight could be made. So, man, that's 5 guys right there. And Canelo at this point, it appears, might be fighting twice this year and not 3. So that limits the amount of opponents that he can give an opportunity to. So, going back to who's more difficult, Charlo, I think the consensus is that Charlo would give him the least competitive fight. Then you got Benavidez on the PBC side. That's the one I've wanted to see for a while, even though Benavidez hasn't beaten anybody of that caliber. Just something tells me, it's just call it intuition, whatever. I just think he gives Canelo hell. Maybe he gets stopped, maybe he doesn't, maybe he loses the decision, but I think his Boxing Chief made a very good point over at Recognize His stream yesterday. He said, guys have power, they have skill. Yesterday. They have skill, they have footwork, they have stamina, but some of them can't put it all together. That's the big question with Benavidez. Can he put it all together on one night? And if he can, then he's going to be a very difficult fighter to beat. But we've never seen it yet against the high caliber opponents.
Look, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Bro, look, bro. Fucking David Benavidez, and I like how David Benavidez fights, but bro, that motherfucker needs to be dedicated to his work. Bro, he's gonna go in there without any fucking belt, so he don't give a fuck. He knows he ain't gonna win on the scorecard, so he's gonna come fat as fuck, probably like around 180 and try to fight Canelo, bro. Yeah. Like you don't think Canelo needs that, bro? Like, come on, man.
Yo, LT, like I agree. The one thing I really don't like about Benavidez is he's soft in the ribs. Like I feel like that's
I think he just looks like that because
honestly, yes, exactly. Listen, he could have a granite midsection underneath that flab. Believe it or not, that's all loose skin because when he was a kid, man, the kid was really good. Weight. He was 300 pounds at 13 years old.
Hold on, let Jimmy finish. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was just going to say, so underneath that flab, it could be still like granite. You know what I mean? Like he could have great abs underneath there. And I just want to answer Rib read your question when you said, wouldn't it be like he's ducking if he's picking the other side? There's also financially a question answer. The Zone is known for paying them dudes. Like you're getting $45 million, boom. If you want it, it's all there. You just got to get hit hard on taxes. Like they get the money behind them. With the PBC, everything comes in and like he's still getting paid for the plant fight, probably still be getting paid for it for a while. So that might have something to do with it too. That's all I'm saying.
Can you imagine the buildup? Can you imagine the buildup for Charlo and Canelo? Like just with Charlo's mouth, and then Benavidez. That's a Mexican. So Mexicans will go crazy for that.
I believe that the guy asked me a question about his soft ribs, bro. Let me answer that shit, bro. I don't care if he has a soft butthole, bro. That motherfucker's not dedicated, man.
This man's king.
You know what I mean?
Hey, and let me say this about Charlo. The people that think that Canelo's ducking Charlo, bro, emotionally right now, Charlo is shit. Emotionally.
Well, that's
I'll knock him off.
Teofimo was emotional.
Well, listen, I tell you, I think we can all agree with this. Whichever deal he takes, I think at the end of the day, we all win. Now, we can disagree about whether one is better than the other, but I think they're pretty close. No one deal is that much better than the other, in my opinion. So whichever one, and by the way, did you guys see that Canelo called out Coppinger? That's the title of this video, by the way, I believe, that he called him out as being a liar and to stop reporting news that aren't really factual yet. So Coppinger taking it on the chin there. And by the way,
his name is Coppinger, not
Coppinger.
On the chin and on the ass, bro. You can tell that guy's fruity, bro.
Oh, come on.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick. That was sick.
I've got a question. But what's to stop Canelo having whatever 2 combination of people this year and fight the other 2 next year?
You little prick.
That's a good question there. But
How does that? How do the? Go ahead.
Well,
he's not fighting Benavidez anytime soon. He says he doesn't fight Mexicans.
I heard the BBC is desperate to get Fox a big pay-per-view. That's what I was told.
Hey, fellas.
And that's why they're pushing so hard to get him on a pay-per-view.
You just call them the BBC.
Sorry to interrupt here, but I gotta read a super chat. Fellas, I gotta read a super chat. Then we got something to get to here. Very important. Shout out to Chris K for his contribution with the super chat. He says it's 2 super chats, by the way. So give me 2 seconds. Chris K says Triple G versus Brook and Canelo versus Khan were 2 snuff films. Oh yeah, they were, man. That was hard to watch. I mean, and you knew what was going to happen, but you still couldn't unglue your eyes from the screen. That's the definition of a snuff film right there. And shout out to Carlos Ruiz for his contribution with the super chat. Says the only people Charlo beating up are his family members. Ah, come on. Now, wait a minute. See, now that's out of line, Carlos. But thank you for your contribution anyway, man. Really appreciate it. All right, now I want to get to something here. We got Fighter Spirit joining us. And I know Soothsayer wanted a piece of the Fighter Spirit. So, guys, what's the issue? And let's go at it. Let's go.
Hey, we actually resolved our problem, and I actually want to say that I'm disappointed, man. We need Fighter Spirit back on the chat, bro, for real.
Well, to all the Charlo and Benavidez fans that want to see the fight, it's not happening. I'm going to pick Bevo and Triple G. Let me say why. Because right hand over my heart, on everything I love, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I had a dream about Teofimo Lopez getting... hold on, let me talk. I had a dream.
Let him finish.
Here we go.
This was before it was going to happen on Triller, before it got canceled and rescheduled on everything I love. I had a dream that Teofimo got dropped, and the fight comes, boom, first round. Earlier today, I took a nap, and again, I had this vision or dream that Canelo dropped Triple G, and Triple G looked to his corner, and his face looked shocked. But it could just be another dream. But on everything I love, I dreamed about Teofimo Lopez getting dropped, and then it happened.
Or crack cocaine.
How many naps per day are you taking, man? Are you Mexican or something? Or
no, I'm dead serious. Today I had a vision or dream of Triple G getting dropped. So if it happens, you already hear first. That's what I know.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're saying that God sent you a vision of Triple G getting dropped? Is that what you're saying right now?
Are gay.
God hates Kazakhs.
Oh, come on.
Oh, damn.
Let me say something real quick. He's going with the Bevo pick. One clue that we have to that is that Bob Arum is already going to make the better be of Joe Smith unification. And if you listen to what Eddie is saying, you want to really at some point become undisputed at 175. So if he can make better be of Joe Smith unify, he can kind of do it in a year like he did last time.
That's an interesting path right there.
People saying that Canelo ducked Charlo for Bevo is like saying the Joker ducked fucking Robin for Batman. It doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, Canelo and Eddie don't care that there's like the 1% of hardcore super fans want the Charlo fight. Like, they're thinking legacy. They're thinking belts long term.
More than 1%.
Well, bro, hold on. Don't mistake that shit, all right? Bivol is a fucking legacy fight. Let's be fucking honest.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about
Charlo
fans. Yeah, I'm agreeing with
They
you.
did a poll. Benavidez and Charlo won the vote.
Who's they did a poll?
Who's poll? Yeah, who's poll?
When they on those Twitter polls when they announce under like Coppinger.
Who's they?
Damn question. Okay. Can I answer the question?
You have fucking bro, this guy, bro. I swear to God, bro.
Who's the guy who tweeted it? That has a lot to do with like the type of people follow him.
Fucking, bro, let me tell you, bro.
No, it wasn't even up.
Let me answer you, bro. Let me tell you, bro. On whose fucking Twitter?
Okay, bro.
On Shakur's or what?
Bro.
Shakur Stevenson's Twitter or what?
Who?
On Charlo's Twitter, like on whose Twitter, bro?
No, it was Coppinger when he tweeted. He announced the fight. A fan under the tweet put a poll and like 10,000 people. 10,000 people.
Yeah, it's settled, guys.
Yo, can you fucking believe this guy, bro? Bro, you know he would have put, bro. If he was smart, he would have put it on their fucking David Faltenson's Twitter, bro. That would have been an actual
on
fucking poll. David Faltenson.
He's the guy that he's the guy that hates.
That's a Mexican ESPN reporter.
And he hates Canelo.
So
he hates
Canelo fans should vote. Oh, okay.
No. Hey, he actually he hates Canelo. He hates. Hold on. Please. Yeah, one at a time, please. One at a time. Hold on.
Who's the one that's talking, bro?
I'm gonna have to mute.
Like, I want to know.
Rare Breed. The guy hates Canelo.
Rare Breed.
The guy hates Canelo. Fightless.
Go ahead.
He's always going after him.
Right, bro?
Yeah,
Let's stop pretending like you're the guy behind reviews of Canelo, bro. Like let's be.
Hey, Rare Breed, you watch my channel, huh?
Let's do his voice, bro. Go ahead.
Rare Breed, you watch my channel, huh?
So why the fuck are you even complaining, bro?
Yeah, you said you saw my Teofimo Lopez prediction. You watch my channel, huh?
No, I do not. I don't even know who you are.
Watch your channel's Fighter Spirit. Shout out Fighter Spirit.
Well, can I just say, Rare Breed, and like, I know you're a Charlo fan, but when I hear people say,
I'm not a Charlo fan.
All right, so I mistake you. All right, well, whoever's a Charlo fan, you hear.
I don't even like Benavidez. I just want to see Canelo fight the toughest fight.
Are you a watermelon fan? Yes or no?
No, I'm not a Wilder fan.
You said water.
I just wanted to make
watermelon.
Jimmy, go ahead. Jimmy, go ahead. LT, I'm gonna have to mute you again. LT, I'm gonna have to mute you, man. Yeah, one at a time, please. One at a time. Let Jimmy, because Jimmy, I don't know what he wanted to get to, but let him ask the question. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna make a quick point. When I hear everybody say that, and for a long time, this is what you said. So it doesn't. Sorry, I assumed you were a fan, but you said a lot of people have been saying for a long time that Canelo's been ducking Charlo, when in fact the largest pay, would have been the largest payday still today in his career was offered to him. He turned it down. Not only did Oscar say it fucking straight up, and it was never denied by anybody on Charlo's team, or anybody came out and said, Oscar's lying, that didn't happen. Nobody said nothing. The only one who spoke on it was his own brother, who got on video when he was mad at him and said, fucking, you know what I mean? I would have never turned down that Canelo money. You know what I mean? His younger brother, and Mel. So he definitely already turned that down. It's just crazy that fact gets overlooked in the conversation. Just Canelo's ducking him. You know, I just wanted to make that out there. Yes.
Jimmy, there are two fights that generate the most money in boxing.
Just address what he said,
Mexican. But wait, that's black versus Mexican, and Mexican versus Mexican.
Whoa,
those two combinations generate the most.
Wait, you can't just put any Mexican versus any black, or any Mexican versus.
No, of course not. But when you put elite ones against each other, that's what you're going to get.
I would argue that the more lucrative fight, the fight that can probably do the best in terms of views because of popularity, and I know there's people like you that don't like to hear this, not just you, I'm not saying you, I don't know if you do or don't, but there's the possibility of Triple G versus Canelo 3 because of the history that they got, and Triple G, is probably second or third to Canelo in terms of popularity.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But look, there's probably better fights, right? And that remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, you can't just say, well, Mexican versus blacks always sell. Charlo doesn't have a huge fan base. If Charlo did, I would say, that's probably a bigger fight than Triple G.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen the latest DAZN Twitter tweet?
No. What does it say?
No.
It says, I'm reading it now. DAZN, I don't know if you guys know, I apologize. DAZN have announced that billionaire backer Len, I can't pronounce his surname, but it begins with B, has agreed a $4.3 billion capital injection, making them debt-free.
Holy shit. Into DAZN, into the boxing aspect of the whole company. Does it say?
What the fuck is this?
DAZN chairman says the recapitalization represents a strong vote of confidence in DAZN's strategy process and future growth opportunities. That's what it says.
Is that a Chinese guy you said? Is the guy a Chinese guy or who is it?
The surname sounds like an American white guy, like like Chihuahua.
Can you type his name in chat or screenshot it?
Well, I'm not making up, bro. I'm doing that.
Oh no, they've been talking about this.
I'm taking a picture right now. I'm doing it right now. Give me 1 second, gentlemen.
Oh, there we
You're
go.
having trouble pronouncing it. So
Butcher put it in the chat. Len Blavatnik.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's Jew. That's Jew for sure.
Dr.
Yeah, no, they've been
Robotnik.
talking about this. They were going to put they would had investors looking at it. That's a 4.3 billion. But that's across everything. Remember, they're involved in race car shit. I mean, they pay licensing fees, soccer. Yeah, so they get that. But still, that doesn't hurt boxing that it's going because they're obviously happy the direction it's going. Wow, that's
Hey, do you think that
for boxing?
Recognize good stream last night, by the way, buddy. I listened to the whole. It was live, man. I was dropping comments, man. You never saw them.
Oh man, I'm bad, Jimmy.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I got to learn how to drop the money in there.
Well, you know what? Speaking of money, do you think that this 4.3 billion in the zone? Do you think they're going to give a little bit of that to those of us who subscribed early to the zone, or is that too much to ask here?
Don't expect the check to show up.
Hey, but listen, I wanted to mention something. First of all, shout out to Texas Bulldog for his contribution to the super chat. And he says, at 168, David deserves the fight. Two-time world champ. So he's of the opinion that was that recognized?
If Canelo was to say I'm staying at 168, I do agree that Benavidez should get that fight. I don't like these fans that what did Benavidez do? Well, what did a lot of guys do? You know what I'm saying? What did a lot of guys do? The guy, if you're gonna stay in the neighborhood, then you might as well fight the guy who's calling himself the man there, or that you're ducking him. Take care of that person.
Fight the best is what I'm saying, regardless of titles. Because let me say something about the titles. I think the best should fight the best regardless of titles. But see, this is what I hate when people contradict themselves on Twitter. On Twitter, I see people defending certain fighters because of the amount of champions that they beat. But then those same people, when Canelo is thinking about going up to 175 to fight people for titles, they're going, well, no, I'd rather see Charlo and Benavidez, but let's face the facts. Neither of those guys has titles. So they switch their standards when it suits them. Look, like I keep saying, those two deals sound very promising. And for us boxing fans, I think we both win. But like I said, neither one seems to be that much more dangerous than the other. They're both dangerous deals.
Well, you know what I think is the hypocrisy, dude, is the same motherfuckers who were just a couple of days ago, calling saying, why doesn't Triple G fight Charlo? All these dudes who would have, if Charlo was about to fight him, the same motherfuckers calling him old and washed wouldn't be saying that right now. It's just, You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's funny how he becomes old and washed, depends on who he fights.
Mira, carnal, bro. I also want to say, bro, what if Canelo doesn't want to get vaccinated? That's why he don't want to fight Charlo.
I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, would you understand the guy?
Yeah,
that was one of Charlo's demands with Benavidez. Actually, he had a few of them. He got more and more ridiculous. He would call him out. Yeah. Listen, I believe 100%. Yeah,
he's too young.
He's too young. Yeah, that was a beautiful one. Yeah.
Although, did you guys see Benavidez said that they would need like $7 million to fight Andrade?
Oh, I mean,
that's what his Samson,
Lukowicz,
son of Sam, that's what he said. But listen, he's a mouthpiece, dude. Al Heyman has the final say. He can say whatever he wants. He's a promoter who because Al Heyman's an advisor. It's illegal for him to put his name down as promoter at events. He actually needs promoters. That used to be Al Heyman's, Lou DiBella's job, but he actually made a mistake and tried to get his client paid without Al's permission, and he got fired. So now this guy's replaced him.
The reality there, right, is that Andre left, right? So I feel like every time he's mentioned, all the PBC guys are like, no, fuck him. We're not going to pay him shit.
So they view Andrade as a tougher matchup than Charlo, obviously.
Hey, BDA, have you noticed every time they interview Benavidez, him and his dad is like yin and yang. His dad's always talking shit, acting like the tough guy, and Benavidez is like the humble guy. I wonder if that's a strategy between that family,
Well, that's a good point there. I haven't seen Jose Benavidez Sr. speak that much shit. I don't know which videos. Maybe you have seen. I've missed them. I wouldn't doubt it though. But he's certainly not on the level of a Teofimo Lopez Sr. or of Angel Garcia. But it could be a good strategy. Yeah, because the one time I've seen Benavidez talk shit, David, that is when he was talking shit to Caleb Plant, who he really seems to dislike.
All you gotta do is type Benavides Senior, and everything that's about Canelo, bro. It's like it just follows the pattern. It's all negative shit.
Huh. Well, I mean, he's
And
trying to guard.
everything you
What do you
see,
want him to do?
and
Kiss his
everything.
ass?
What?
What do you want him to do? Kiss his ass? They're fighters.
Who said that? What? No, I said.
I said
I
that.
said.
Rare breed.
I'm only laughing because the way he said it.
Oh, it's half breed. I'm sorry.
Hey, by the way, somebody in the chat keeps asking for the StreamYard link. We got a Discord link, and Butcher posted it a whole bunch of times. So if you want to jump in, you got to do it through Discord. Well, listen, I mean, in regards to Benavides, the only one guy, yeah, he should be guarding Canelo in, because praising him isn't going to work at this point. He's really trying to get in Canelo's view or in his, in front of him to really get him to notice him. So I think at this point he's trying different things. Right now he's in the phase.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Quick question: I saw your video, the latest one you did. I just saw it today for the first time because I was working when you did the last one, and I don't remember who said it. I think it may have been Jimmy, and if it wasn't, I apologize. I know somebody said it when they said that Benavides lost to the weight scale. So it's his own fault for losing the 168 belt. So it's his own fault now. He's in this predicament trying to fight Canelo.
That's a good point. Yeah, he screwed
and
himself.
And he failed with a cocaine test too. Didn't he get it pulled from cocaine too?
Yep. So he screwed up twice now, and that's on him. It's it's his responsibility. It's a job. You got to stay in weight or near weight during fights, and you can't go around doing Molly and getting drunk and doing coke, man. I mean, it's you gotta be responsible, and you wonder
how Mike Tyson.
What's Amir Khan doing in that picture on the cover?
Yeah, bro, that's the Mexican side of David Benavides, that coke side.
And personally, I don't think David Benavides, he's the type of dude, he just isn't going to run his mouth because he would rather just smack you in the fucking mouth. He's a true fighter, you know what I mean? Like some dudes are great athletes. Benavides is a fighter. You can see it in his eyes. I mean, I'm telling you, he'd rather punch you in the fucking teeth.
Honestly,
well, getting caught with cocaine tells you that, bro. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I feel like those setbacks he had kind of changed his personality. Like, I was watching his Fight Hub interview with him, and he was just very, you could tell he was focused. Like, he, just every second of his day, he's, thinking about getting better as a fighter. He's got a really humble, calm demeanor now. I think he's a really dangerous dude, but I'm kind of curious if we went around the panel, what do you guys think are the odds of, one of the four fighters that we mentioned beating Canelo? Golovkin, Charlo, Bivol, and Benavides. I would start, honestly, I feel like Bivol has a pretty big favorite in my view of beating Canelo. I think he has the best chance. 70-80% chance of beating him. I actually think Canelo's a pretty sizable underdog. I don't know if you guys paid. Sorry, I just want to make one point. I don't know if you watch the Smith fight, the Joe Smith fight with Bivol. Smith rocked him, I think, in the 10th round or something. But then Bivol came back to almost stop him in the 12th. He really put it on him. So I feel like that guy has many gears that he doesn't show.
Even if I would say Bivol and Benavides have the best chance of beating Canelo, but a lot of it has to do with their physical advantages more than their skill, right?
Well, even a Canelo now that's well-rounded doesn't seem to have one quality that's devastating at 75 or 68. One punch type of knock you out power. Even when he dominates a Smith or a Plant, you still see that, he is not in trouble, but having to fire at all cylinders and maybe laboring a little bit to get the job done. So if somebody can bring in a devastating quality, let's say, i.e. punching power, like a Golovkin, because we saw Golovkin hurt Canelo, or the size advantage that David Benavides, because he's not necessarily a power puncher, but the weight behind his shots, oh my God, he does equate to a powerful puncher, whether it's fat, water weight or not, just the size alone, and the activity. So yeah, that's the thing. He's a small guy at 5'9", compared to the 68 and the 75 pounders.
I don't think Canelo's even 5'9", to be honest.
I think he's really 5'7".
How did Caleb Plant? How was Caleb Plant able to slap David Benavides' brother in the face, and we didn't get a David Benavides Plant fight?
That's a good question, man. Excellent question, man.
Caleb Plant didn't want that fight.
That's why when we talk about the boogeyman and the David Benavidez boogeyman, I don't know, man. That I throw caution there whenever we proceed to call him the boogeyman.
Dude, I think Benavidez is when he says he'll fight somebody, I think he really means it. He's not bullshitting. I think they're avoiding it.
Here's the Caleb Plant thing. I want to believe that shit too, but dude, he slapped his brother in his face.
No,
Benavidez Caleb was gonna hold on to that belt.
One at a time.
Benavidez called slap him in the face, and nothing happened. You know that, right?
Yo, Gonzalo, like I want to kind of go back to your point about like the size thing. I did notice in the Plant fight, Canelo had many moments of frustration of cutting off the distance, and that's one of the reasons why I think Benavidez is a little bit easier for him because he comes into square. But Bivol, he's got like an excellent exit jab. He was actually Pernell Whitaker's favorite fighter before he died. Like he was actually at ringside in many of his fights.
Huh?
Yeah.
The way he controls distance is solid.
He's good.
Yeah. There you go. You hit the nail on the head. Where he showed many moments of frustration. Even the Canelo that fought the perfect game plan, meaning that's what he needed to do in order to get him out. Because Caleb Plant, we know what he was going to do. Try to get on the back foot and frustrate Canelo. And that was his best game plan. But the only way that Canelo was going to beat him is by pressuring and doing that. And by doing that, he wasn't going to look so dominating because he's got to cut the distance and basically he's a shorter fighter. So even a Canelo doing his best job possible, he's going to seem like a little bit out of his element. Like, same thing with Kovalev. He tried, but even him trying his best was still close enough where you could have said Kovalev was probably winning that fight until he finally got the job done with the game plan that he wanted to apply, which finally paid the dividends, right? But that's what I'm saying.
And the frustration with Canelo, I just think the frustration with Plant was definitely when he was trying the same thing. The way he finally got him out was the way he was trying to take him out all night. And a few times, even when he didn't swing, like you get in that position and you could see him like it shake his head in frustration because he knew that because he had him because obviously he's in there. They're constantly not just moving around. They're trying to work traps, especially Canelo's good enough, can work you into a trap going backwards or forward. And when he sees you in the right position to throw the punch, and when he finally had him on the rope, that's when he jumped in with that left, but didn't leave his feet, but finally caught him. But he was trying to do that all night and he finally got him.
Hey, fellas, that
was the biggest problem.
Can I just read a super chat, please, here? Shout out to Chris K for his contribution with a super chat. And he says, Canelo avoiding Brook and Khan rematches. Facts. Okay, come on. All right, shout out to Chris K, a.k.a. Undercover Asian, for his contribution. I mean, look, listen, ultimately, Bivol, by the way, who said Bivol was Whitaker's favorite fighter at some point? So who said that? Was that Irish Andrew?
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
at the HBO telecast, like Pernell Whitaker was there at his Atlantic City fights.
See, I didn't know that Whitaker had eaten that many shots during his career. I guess that's why he's Bivol's biggest fan at some point. Because look, listen, I like Bivol's skills. I respect them, rather. I respect them. But you got to admit, that guy's boring. And it does raise the question of when we talk about the marketing for the pay-per-view, because that's what we were talking about earlier. On the one hand, they're going to try to market that as, well, if Canelo fights Bivol, it's, he's moving up to a division, he's fighting a bigger challenger, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if because hardcore boxing fans don't drive the sport; it's the casuals, right? So if Canelo fights,
you're right.
So I mean, maybe the casuals
might as well have one name on the fucking outside of the hotel. We might as well say Canelo versus Canelo. Bivol is not bringing any money in for that fight. Let's just be honest.
The thing with Bivol is that he hardly ever loses a round, and he's so disciplined. We spoke about it before, and you guys know that there's fighters that fall apart. They're like the tale of two fighters, like Dillian White or what's that guy at 54? Tony Harrison. They're good, but then they fall apart. No, this guy's the opposite of that. He, from the beginning, he comes in with a game plan. He sticks to it, and he could follow through the whole night. It's like a guy that gets in front of the mirror and starts shadowboxing. He can keep shadowboxing without losing concentration and doing the things that he needs to do. That you could tell, man, this guy, he's like really like a professional.
That's
man,
right.
This guy, he can follow through the whole night with the 1-2, but at the same time, that can go against him. Because even if he tried to break away from the style, I doubt that he would be able to, because he's just so like in that mindset which is a good thing, but at the same time, it can be bad.
Hey, can I say
Because-
something real quick? Can I say something?
Because
LT,
everybody can keep a
can I
game
say
plan
something
with the
real
bump,
quick?
bro.
LT, can I say something real quick? Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta read a couple of things here before we move on. Shout out to Coach Malachi Williams, by the way. New Media Today, USA Boxing. He says Canelo is the biggest duck in boxing. He ducked King Kong to fight Godzilla. See, now, I know he's being facetious, but I just want to piggyback off what he said. And by the way, subscribe to New Media Today Boxing if you haven't already, guys. So he streams every day, and it's highly entertaining and informative. He takes calls, the whole shebang. So go subscribe. But I wanted to say something about the A side thing. Sugar Ray Leonard was the A side, and what do people still talk about to this day? Well, he ducked Mike McCollum, right, and other fighters. When you talk, or he didn't fight Hagler back when Hagler was in his prime. De La Hoya, well, De La Hoya didn't fight Vernon Forrest, he didn't fight Winky Wright, he didn't fight this guy, he didn't fight that guy. Pacquiao too. Well, he didn't. Actually, Pacquiao is the one that I don't know who they say he. There's probably somebody there, right?
Yeah, who didn't?
Right.
The Venezuelan guy, the guy that.
Valero. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but he was an
Mayweather.
unknown
The one that
back
killed
then.
himself in jail.
Right. Mayweather, he didn't fight Wright, he didn't fight Forrest, he didn't fight Mosley in his prime. There's always somebody. So that's the boat that Canelo's in right now. There's so many guys to fight. There's always going to be somebody that he's not going to be able to fight at the right time.
Canelo goes for the weaker guy every time.
Listen, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people.
Horrible comparison.
Yeah.
How is it a horrible?
Horrible comparison, man.
This how because Pacquiao and Mayweather actually beat great fighters in their prime.
That's a fact. Canelo never did that.
Well,
yeah.
Bro, look, man.
Canelo's
The
fighting the
LDBC
guys
fan.
that are around now, though.
Wait, is LT the pedophile talking? That's crazy.
Bro, the LDBC fanboys, bro, you know what they're always gonna say? That he's gonna fight another Euro bum. Oh, he's fighting two Euro
Bivol is
bums.
not a Euro bum. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, but the thing is,
won't
Canelo.
fight unless it's rigged. It is what it is.
Yeah, the thing is, Canelo's actually in his prime right now. I know he's had a lot of
What's
fights
Canelo's
right
best prime
now.
win? What's
Well,
Canelo's best prime fighter win?
It remains to be seen. I think
Let's
so
say
far,
Triple G at
31.
35 years old or however old he was.
He didn't win that fight.
That's not prime.
Yeah, some people don't even think he won that fight. So what is Canelo's best win?
Yeah,
He
exactly.
has no good wins.
Kirkland?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Trout came
No,
off.
Kovalev, isn't it Kovalev?
Yeah, I mean, let's look at that.
Kovalev is his best win, isn't it?
Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Let's look at that, fellas.
I mean, and it's still his best win,
His
though.
best win.
I'm gonna have
He's a better
to
win than
please.
Kovalev.
I don't want to mute people, fellas, one at a time. Because let's break that down. We got Kovalev.
On
Some people say,
paper.
listen. Let's
go
break it down, Gonzalo. Yeah, some people say 75 because he was light heavyweight. Kovalev. Some people do feel that Canelo beat Triple G in the second fight. So then there's the Triple G one. Some people would say Miguel Cotto, even though he was smaller, he was highly skilled and he was a lineal middleweight champion. Some people will go with that one. Which one?
Too.
Daniel Jacobs was on a fucking terrific run going into the Canelo fight. So which one is it, guys? You think it's Kovalev or?
No, Kovalev was shot to bits.
Are we going by like context?
He
or
was
just
2
on
months
paper?
removed from. He was 2 months removed from getting almost stopped in his hometown against Anthony Yard. He barely had enough time to recover, and I think that's why he went.
He's different.
Triple G was his best win, guys. Triple G
Are we
was
just
his best
talking? Are we just talking like
paper.
purely on paper? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, on
like
paper,
actual
Triple G.
context?
On
No,
paper,
on
yeah.
paper it is Kovalev. On paper,
But
it
in
is
reality,
No, on paper it can't be Kovalev. Like again,
On
like,
paper,
Kovalev
That's
has
what I'm
already
saying.
been
Purely
stopped.
on paper, you add in
The
context.
fact that you're having this debate should tell you all you need to know about
Look,
Canelo.
man, whoever is like downplaying Kovalev, bro, look, man, no fucking excuses, all right? If we were allowed to fucking have an excuse for everybody, and then we would have made fucking excuses for fucking...
Okay, no one's making excuses. We're just talking. We're just okay. Hold on. The first, the like question. The question.
Can you fucking shut the fuck up one at a time?
The question someone posed was, did Canelo beat anyone in their prime? And yeah, technically he beat Lara and Trout, both in their primes. Those guys were like around 30 or under 30, and they were both coming off on the ticket streak. Yeah, there's an argument. I'm just saying that like those are fights where those two guys in his prime.
On paper, it's Triple G, but in reality, In reality, it's Callum Smith. That's his best fair win.
No
There
way.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No
Callum
That's his
Smith.
best
Wait,
win.
wait.
That's not
Wasn't
debatable.
Well, you know
Wow.
what though? You know what
Better
though?
win than
It's interesting
Kovalev?
though. It's interesting because
Lara
some people.
was.
It's interesting because Triple G
Kovalev
might not.
was a great-
Triple G might not have
Okay.
been. Triple
So
G.
Lara.
Triple G might not have been in his prime, but that's the best Triple G that anyone's beaten. I mean, now he's in his 40s, so anybody that beats him now, they can't say that they beat him when he was younger, like Canelo did. And that Triple G was still. I mean, let's not forget, Triple G beat Canelo in the first fight, and the fact that Canelo beat him in the
Yeah.
second, according to at least
Well, there's an
officially.
argument. He got
Right.
the decision. There's
an
still an argument for the second one. So
Well, yeah, there's an argument.
Most media felt the second one went to Triple G because there's polls as well.
Most people,
there's actual. Yeah, there's actual polls. They put them all together, because after the fight, everybody who said, they tweeted out who won. So somebody went and grabbed all the tweets from Steve Kamkop, everybody, and it was only fucking just three guys had it at a draw, two guys had Triple G losing, and the rest all had Triple G winning. And on the first one, nobody. I mean, I don't know of anyone who thought Canelo won that fight.
The blind judge. Remember the blind judge in the first fight?
There's an argument, but this goes to Triple G's credit. He was a great fighter, still is. But the fact that, and this sounds weird because you're not supposed to do this in regards to scoring, but my opinion, and a lot of people feel this way, that the way he fought, especially when Triple G and Abel Sanchez were talking about the Mexican style, don't run, stay in the pocket, and the way he came out against an undefeated Golovkin that had gotten all those knockouts, except for the first fight, he was still a beast. And he stayed in the pocket and fought him the way he did, and it went down to the wire. I'm like, man, that's got to be his best performance. Because I go back and I watch that fight all the time. It was a good fight, and it was that close.
And in the 10th round, that's when Triple G hurt him. That's the most hurt I've ever seen Canelo. He got rocked the fuck in the end of that 10th round.
He got hurt versus Cotto's brother.
Yeah. And I got to be honest, man. And when he went to, I'm just going to put it out there. When he went to Germany, he came back a different man. Structurally, through the back of his neck. I'm just being honest.
Why are you trying to imply here, Jimmy?
Hormone.
Why are you implying here, Jimmy?
He's not fucking with steroids. It's too easy to get caught. There's so many better drugs than steroids nowadays. Growth hormone and insulin will do so much better job. And insulin dissipates in your system in 2 days.
Hey, Jimmy, can I ask you something?
Next to impossible to
Jimmy,
that's what allowed him to fight Triple G in what I thought was Canelo's greatest performance. Forget about whether you thought he won or lost. The fight was close. What I'm saying is the big difference between fight number one versus fight number two. Fight number one, he didn't want to stand his ground. Fight number two, totally stood his ground.
What about the criticism? You guys remember the criticism that they were throwing out there that he should have mixed it up, and then he ends up doing that in the second fight.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, I do think he looked leaner though in the second fight. But
he looks way smaller, bro. He does.
But it's
still explosive too.
How he did and how not. He lost both of those fights, though.
Hold on.
Yeah, I thought Canelo lost both of those fights, but you can't ignore that boy fought like a fucking man. He fought like a man in that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What those two fights did for his confidence. When we say what's his greatest, I would say his greatest attribute right now is his confidence.
But you know what, Jimmy? That's why I hate Jimmy. That's why. Real quick, please. Real quick. Hold on, LT, real quick. That's why I hate though when people say, "Oh, come on, he whooped Triple G." It's like, come on, he didn't whoop Triple G. I mean, that fight went down the wire. How can you say anybody
Triple G? I mean, smoking something.
I've heard before that
BDA. You know what's the problem? He hasn't taken a 50-50 fight since Triple G.
No, come on.
Greatest attribute is his money and the cartel.
But he's
bro, go ahead. Let me say this. On the first,
LT.
One at a time.
LT, let LT talk. LT, hold on. Let LT talk. LT, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just had got in. I was gonna say this.
LT, hold on, you gotta let it. Hold on, let LT, let LT go first. LT and then Chibi. All right, don't forget LT, then Chibi. Go ahead, LT.
Bro, let me say this, bro. Look, on the first fight, Canelo found out that he can take Triple G's punches. That's why he came forward on the second one. Now, about the 50-50, since someone said Canelo hasn't taken a 50-50 fight to Triple G. Bro, who the fuck else at 168 and gave him a 50-50 fight? No one. No one.
That's a good point. Hold on, recognize, please, recognize. Hold on, please let Chibi, because we said LT, and then Chibi go, but Chibi go.
Mute your microphone, guys, please.
Okay, no. What I was gonna say is, man, Canelo is ever since after the Triple G fight, man, Canelo's scared of hard punches. Like I don't see him fight nobody with power or anything like that. That's why I think whatever fight he chooses with the Charlo or Bivol fight, it's gonna be a 50-50 fight. But I will give him. I am gonna give him this. If we want to talk about styles. You feel me? He was in 50-50 fights with styles, like because Caleb Plant had style. In my opinion, you feel me? He was my favorite. In that weight class, but he just don't have enough power. When the last time we seen Canelo go against somebody that's known for just like rocking somebody's shit? You feel me? And now we.
Overlap. Well, let me go at him, bro.
Exactly why.
Overlap, no.
Like you tell about out of his tail, Kovalev. Are you serious?
When's the last time Cholo's gone against someone who can crack?
This is why I want Canelo to go with the Charlo Benavidez deal, so people can't fucking say that he's 50-50 with Canelo, bro. Come on.
Listen, I wish Canelo had the same belief you did.
He's got a lot of power.
A better matchup for Canelo.
Bro, listen, the easiest route that he could take is the Bivol and first once it was a one fight deal, just the Charlo itself, it was like okay, that was the easiest route. But now with Charlo and Benavidez, if he takes that, I won't say shit about him no more. That's a warrior. Like bro, like you going against two of the baddest in that division basically, besides Andrade, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, listen, Charlo is a poor man's Julian Jackson. Benavidez needs to move up.
Yep, Chibi, Canelo, Caleb Plant's skills are relative to that group, that crop, right? The Charlo and the Benavidez. Bro, the Plant fight, if you watch that shit again, it was amateur hour. Canelo is fucking levels over them.
He's got a lot of power. Canelo, maybe.
The reason why he was over levels of him is because Caleb Plant doesn't have power. Now if Canelo Alvarez get hit with somebody with power, then we're gonna see him put some respect on somebody's name. Of course, he
already dealt with somebody with power. Golovkin
tested him, he hasn't fought a decent opponent since.
All right, well, listen.
You guys are talking about Caleb Plant like it was a real fight.
Hold on. LT's itching to get at Black Chibi because he couldn't reply to him. Go ahead, LT.
Thank you, boss. Look, Black Chibi. It's funny to you to say that he hasn't faced no one with power when you were claiming like 4 or 5 months ago that fucking Caleb Plant was gonna KO Canelo Alvarez. What do you have to say about that?
It's true. This is what happened. I thought that he was going to run into something because he was going to make it too soon. Canelo won the fight. When did he even fight somebody like Benavidez or Carlo? When the last time he even fought somebody like that?
Black Jim, no one heard a word you fucking said for the last 30 seconds. Can you fucking repeat that clearly?
Oh, I said yes. I was going with Caleb Plant. I thought he was going to get caught because he was going to think shit was sweet. Obviously, it was sweet. I would take that L like a man. You feel me?
Hey, can I say something?
Listen, hold on. When the last time did he fight somebody like a Charlo or a Benavidez, somebody with power, somebody with accuracy like that? That's what I'm saying.
Canelo got more. Triple G's got more. He's got more thudding, punching power than those two. You know,
absolutely.
Canelo, he's not just power. Let me just finish, please. The combination of having good power and having a great chin is better than just having power alone. We know Terry Norris; he had power, but he used to get knocked out. The thing with Canelo, yeah, he did fight a power puncher. He did fight a power puncher in Triple G, and the way they fought, it was like a seesaw battle. You open up, then I open up. You're just gonna open up foolishly because that's not what they did. Because you expose yourself of getting counter, and it was back and forth like that with Triple G. Now Charlo, he's a counter puncher as well.
Let me go next.
He opens up, if he opens up recklessly, he's gonna get countered by Canelo. And the same thing with Canelo, he's gonna fight similar to Charlo against he did with Triple G. But you see, Chibi, you can't just open up foolishly and say, "Oh well, Charlo punches and he's gonna go on to town on Canelo," because if he does that, he's gonna get knocked out, man.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, let me talk. Black TV, hold on, Black TV. Let me respond to what you said. Black TV. Black TV, let me respond to what you said, Black TV.
Anything that I
hold on, bro.
Say was this.
Why the question? He asked the question.
If he takes the Benavidez and
I guess
Charlo
we
fight
represent for all the gangsters all across the world, don't we?
Bro, if he takes that fight over the Bivol and West Charlo fight, you feel me?
Them colors and the monos, girl.
You see what I'm saying? Fuck, bro. Black TV, listen, bro. Listen, bro. Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying, Black Shibi. You're saying that Canelo hasn't fought anyone with power since Triple G, and then you're claiming that Charlo has power. Bro, Charlo couldn't even knock out fucking forgot his fucking name. Montiel, yeah. Fucking knock out fucking Lomachenko. Like, what are you fucking claiming that he has power from, bro?
To be fair, nobody has
you saying like Canelo knocked out every one of his opponents. So stop that shit. He ain't knocking out every one of his opponents.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to mute Chibi. I'm gonna have to mute Chibi because he will keep talking. I think he doesn't hear us or he's pretending not to hear us. So all right, hold on. Gonzalo, go ahead. Gonzalo.
Yeah, a cruiserweight size, and I'm not lying, dude. A cruiserweight size, David Benavidez couldn't knock him out, Kyron Davis off his feet, and that dude was a 154 pounder. I mean, I'm not saying that David Benavidez doesn't hit hard because he's got a lot of weight, like I said, behind his punches. But just consider that.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, please, Gishiro.
Okay, right. So in terms of on paper, I know Chibi's talking about Benavidez and Charlo. Well, one, I want to say Charlo, the last 5 fights has only had 1 knockout. But who are Charlo and Benavidez' best win on paper that they should suddenly Canelo should say, yeah, I've got to fight you because you fought this person and beat him?
Deveryachenko for Charlo. Deveryachenko for Charlo, and for Benavidez,
Anthony
that's
Durrell,
questionable.
maybe? Anthony Durrell?
Yeah, Anthony Durrell. The way he dispatched of him, he knocked him out like in 8 rounds, I think.
They threw in the towel.
Both those guys have decent wins. Both those guys have decent wins, right? Mm-hmm. But like, for me to sit there and say, well, Canelo is ducking Benavidez, Charlo to fight Bivol, Triple G. I think that's kind of crazy. I don't know about you guys. I just think that's a little crazy. Because look, Bivol is undefeated, right? He's undefeated. He's defended his belt several times now.
Yeah.
And you got Triple G, who's a legacy fighter, whether you like him or not. He, in my opinion, at the very least, beat Canelo in the first fight. So these guys got names. And they probably still big threats. I guarantee you, man, if Golovkin goes in and fucking blows out Murata, people are gonna be like, "Oh, we want to see Canelo fight Triple G again. We want to see." I guarantee you watch.
Yeah, so recognize, and Benavidez' toughest challenger is not Canelo. It's the weight scale.
Oh,
recognize.
Hey.
Bivol can't knock out Canelo. Even if he beats him like Mayweather did, he's not going to get the decision.
Well, you're probably right because listen. First of all, I kind of disagree. I think if he whitewashes Canelo, and it's not fair. It's not fair to say, okay, you want to win, whitewash him. That's not fair, and I get that. But what my point is,
even if he does, he's not going to get the decision.
The fights themselves are pretty good, especially if Canelo fights Bivol.
I agree.
At 175,
it's going to be another on paper fight. We have to stay on paper. Canelo beat this guy.
If there's no rehydration, claws, and it's at 175. That's a fucking great fight, bro. That's a really good fight.
Yeah, I think Bivol whoops him 12-0.
I wouldn't be surprised if he beats him. I wouldn't be surprised.
But he's gonna lose on the cards. He's gonna lose 8-4 on the cards.
Shut up, Kung Fu Brandon. Shut up.
Let's not speculate about fights that haven't happened yet.
Hey, hold on. Can I just say something? Hold on. Let me interject here. Let me interject here, please. Let me interject. Let me interject. Let me interject, please. What's the beef between Fighter Spirit and the Kung Fu Brandon? What's going on between you two?
I kicked Fighter Spirit out, right?
Well,
I kicked him out.
Yeah, you kicked him out.
He keeps hosting men's asses and shit.
Yeah, listen, Fighter Spirit. The only reason we brought you back is because it's Friday. But normally, if you have to be out of here for every day unless it's Friday, then these guys have recognized the Matrix as carte blanche to kick you out, man. Don't post tranny pics. Don't post cock pics. I mean, it's you know.
Guys are straight up gay boy.
Yeah,
gay lord, man.
Hey, BDA.
But hold on, Red please. Red let me just
I want to make a point
about
real quick about boxing fans.
Okay, but
you notice how boxing fans, when they want to protect a certain fighter, they always say, "Oh, who has he fought?" For example, Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fans with Boots Ennis, they say, "Oh, he hasn't fought nobody. He doesn't deserve the fight." That's a sign that they fear him, that this guy's an actual threat. That's why you see them trying to downplay Benavidez' record.
Interesting theory right there, man. Fellas, I wanted to get to something here. I wanted to get to something after Raybury's comment, which is an interesting comment. But real quick, what's the beef between Kung Fu Brandon and the Fighter Spirit? I want to get to them, man.
He keeps posting gay shit.
He's a hater because I expose the truth about China, about black people, about
he keeps posting gay shit.
No, you've been hating.
And he thinks he's Chinese when he's European.
He's mad I exposed the truth about the China haters.
You're European, boy.
Right. You're mad because I exposed the truth about the China haters, right?
You're European and gay. That's crazy.
What's wrong with Europeans, man?
Right.
What's
You're
wrong
mad
with you?
I exposed the truth about China, right?
That's why you defend Canelo so much. He's a fellow
mad, buddy. It's okay, buddy. You don't gotta be mad.
Well, I gotta tell you, man.
Disgusting pictures that you post on.
Yeah.
I don't want to say what you put up, but you know.
Was it recognized? What did it involve? Like LGBTQT whatever stuff, or?
Yeah, he posted that, like, and I'm not saying just that, but like that's not for the BDA Discord. That's not for any Discord. Like, you want to go to a porn site, go to a porn site.
Yeah, I mean, recognize. You got carte blanche to pretty much do whatever you want if you see that somebody's going to the extreme. But I will say that Fighter Spirit will come back on Fridays, at least on Fridays. But yeah, every other day of the week.
It's fine, but the next time I told them, the next time I'll ban you. Like before I kicked him off, I said I'm just gonna kick him. But I said the next time I'm just gonna ban him. He could come on Fridays, that's fine.
Right.
But he'll be banned from the Discord.
Yeah, you can do what you. Yeah, listen, recognize you do what you gotta do, man. You know that. Now let's go back to the whole fan thing. Yeah, the fans. Look, the fans. There are fans out there that live vicariously through other fighters, and they're afraid if their fighter loses, and we see it all over the place. So I'm just curious, man.
By the way, recognize, I wasn't talking to you when I said you're racist. I was talking to Kung Fu Brandon, but anyway.
No, I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. Just
the Canelo fan base is the most fan base I've ever met in my life.
Let Mr. BDA finish.
It's a Mexican wannabe defending a Mexican wannabe. It is what it is.
That's the dude.
Man, it be black Canelo fans that be talking like he the Don too. I ain't even gonna flex.
You're that lame. You gotta pretend to be black.
No, but the thing is, though, it's usually the Mexican that come to America who try to overcompensate. Those are the biggest Canelo fans.
It's usually the guilt. It's usually the guilt-ridden white
for not living in Mexico.
It's usually the guilt-ridden white people who hate themselves, who try to dictate other people's lives and think, it's okay though, buddy.
Oh, like you?
Dude, don't stop bringing that shit in here again. Don't stop, because I got no guilt. Nobody never has guilt. None.
Jimmy, let them go at it. Let them go at it. Hold on, fellas. Let them go at it. Let them. Hey, fellas.
Wait, I thought we were talking about boxing.
We were. Hold on. Hey, fellas. We were talking about that, but now we got into something interesting here between Kung Fu and Fighter Spirit. So let them go at it. Let them get it out of their systems. Let's go.
What do you mean?
Fuck that. They're both saying stupid shit.
No. BDA, can I bring up a point?
He's simply mad I exposed the truth about China. He's simply mad. It's okay, Kung Fu Brian. Relax.
Why do you care so much about people that aren't your culture?
Exactly, buddy. I rest my case.
All right, let me say something.
There, are we done with that?
But
yeah, let's talk boxing.
What if you're like an anthropologist or you're just into other cultures? What then?
Hold on a second.
That's cool.
Listen, I've noticed this. With this Shakur Valdez thing, man, I really think we need to put our differences aside when it comes to how we feel about Valdez, bro. I mean every bit of this about this Mexican brown unity, bro, because I've been to these LDBC channels, bro, and you should hear on that other side how they treat our kind, bro. Y'all saw Whack 100, how he talked about that Sureño, bro, that kid trying to kiss his ass, and how he said he don't fuck with Mexicans. We need to do the same, bro. That's why I'm riding with that.
Wait a minute. I don't fuck with Oscar Titan Valdez.
No, y'all want to defend a woman beater, bro, a thug, a fucking punk. Nah, bro.
Or do I want to defend somebody who likes to drink a lot of tea? I mean, like, you know, listen, we can bring up personal life. Listen, we can bring up their personal life. We can bring up the sport. At the end of the day,
California politics. That's got nothing to do with us.
I don't even know why they even let them do that fight. And I stand on that. And I can't wait to Shakur Stevenson beat the shit out of him.
Spirit, I got a question for you, man. Non-boxing. Why do you deny that you posted that picture when like 6 people caught you? Why do you say that wasn't?
Why are you lying and pretending to be black? You think you're gonna fool me?
He's pretending. Wait. I'm Brazilian.
Yeah,
I love Brazil. I love Brazil. You just completely ducked the question, though. Can you answer it?
Literally ducked the question. Yeah. The guy's a pathological liar. He makes up his own persona online.
He's the agate spirit with an F in front. That's what he is.
Exactly.
Now wait a minute. I gotta stand up for Fighter Spirit here, man. Come on. Or somebody has to. I'm not going to, but somebody else has to.
Well, to be honest, I posted the picture, but I don't see what's the big deal. Other people post pictures too. What's the big deal?
So you lied.
You're lying.
You admit you lied.
This why
you admit you lied.
No, you guys said it was a man or something like that. I didn't.
Yes, it was. Wait, you want to bring that up on the air? Yes, it was. Yes, it was a man. It was a man.
No, he asked me
a trans person.
He just asked
so
me
he's justifying it as a girl. He said he's posting an aspect of a girl, even though there's a ball sack attached to it. That's his justification.
Oh my goodness gracious! What the fuck? Hey, listen, I gotta say this. I gotta say this because I did kick out, not ban. Kick out. There's a difference. I kicked Fighter Spirit out once because he did. I can confirm that you posted a tranny pic. And even though I saved it from my archives, that's not allowed, man. That you can't fucking post that shit.
Listen, the reason why I brought it up,
bro,
it's because the Fighter Spirit fell to the auto curse. There have been 3 guys that have directly joined this server. They talk shit. Eventually, they posted gay porn.
That's
Fighter
true,
Spirit fell for that shit. So don't talk shit on me.
I've never
trolls. You just admitted to it. What do you mean you never did? You just said, yeah, I did. Everybody does. What the fuck do you mean you did?
Everybody, what the fuck? I didn't do that.
I don't post some kind of pic.
Yeah, it's not everybody. It's you, man. It's you.
The only thing I talk about in there is the almighty Andrade. I don't know what else is going on.
Yeah,
honestly.
Big fan of Andre, but he's not beating Canelo. I'm sorry, man. Not right now.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
I guess we'll never find out, will we?
I just want to solidify the auto curse so everyone can know. Don't talk shit on me because you will come out as a homo. All right, that's a warning.
Hey, can I ask? Intergalactic just dropped by. Intergalactic. I know you're very opinionated, Intergalactic. You got anything to say about this and all these tranny pics that were allegedly posted on the Discord?
Well, I mean, if it offends you, there's something hiding there.
Message. Okay, I'm just gonna say this, right? Intergalactic and Fighter Spirit are the perfect example of demoralization and drugs.
Oh,
they're the perfect example.
No,
bro, don't forget Black TV, bro. Add Black TV to that.
I love drugs. I love drugs.
Black TV.
Well, listen. I guess we gotta.
I was going to say, there's no picture that offends me, but doesn't mean I get fucking a Woody over. That's the problem. I get fucking. Everybody has the right to post whatever the fuck they want.
No, Jimmy. No.
You know
When it comes to,
I'm not saying not your Discord.
Yeah.
In general. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, Jimmy. I got you, Jimmy.
Fighter Spirit 100% posted a picture, and listen, whatever. If that's what you like, women with balls or whatever, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. But it's like the graphic, the graphicness of that picture was like, dude, people are talking boxing. They don't want to see this shit.
You're right.
That's why.
And I'm trying to. This is the wrong thread. Trying to put me in their category though. Like I don't know how I'm giving off those vibes.
I didn't say you. I said fighter spirit.
LT said that. Yeah.
Oh no,
LT
not
said,
you. Not
yeah,
you. LT said it.
Well, listen. Please.
Well,
All right, let's establish right here and now with all you guys here, the council, the BDA council, no more tranny pics on the Discord, right? Either on the Second Renaissance Discord, BDA Discord, the shit talking. Well, maybe not even the shit talking.
You just save those for the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you should ban the fighter spirit, and I got a reason, man. Really.
Ah, come on.
Well, hold on, let's move on. I just want to ask though, like, why are you posting pictures like that though? Like, what was the purpose of it?
Why are you even making Black TV? Why are you even making bets online if you're not gonna fucking honor that and pay that fucking people, man?
Oh shit!
Listen, like I said, bro. Look. We can go ahead and kill this right now. I'm gonna pay the boy. You feel me? I just feel a hard time. That's all it is.
When are you gonna pay my boy Johnny Blade? When?
Hey man, listen.
Yeah, man.
You know how much money I
LT's
lost on that
electricity bill is about to go out.
Hey, nah, man. Listen, I lost so much money on that freaking Canelo fight because I hit.
Bro, I spent a hard time for like 3 months. Don't fucking lie,
bro. My phone, and I said this last week, a couple weeks ago. I had to get a brand new phone. That's why if you go to my YouTube page, I haven't posted no YouTube videos or anything until I got a new phone. I ain't got no reason to lie.
All right, listen, please. Let me interject because this ain't CNBC, all right? We're not talking fucking the stock market here and everything. Let's go back to boxing, and this is surely gonna. Oh, by the way, sorry, hold on. Shout out to Amak PvP who's in here right now. I forgot to read his super chat. He says just here to show some love. Well, as long as it's not the love, as long as it's not the type of love that Fighter Spirit is offering, then you're okay.
Don't.
Okay.
No tranny pics in.
Wait. Hold on. Hey, yo, LT, why you hate black boxers, bro?
Nah, Chibi, please. I want to introduce another subject.
First of all, bro, I love black boxers or whatever.
He's a Mexican.
All right, man.
He's a Mexican.
All right, look, man. I root for what's the guy that fights in Canelo's gym?
The Frank Sanchez?
That black dude.
Frank Sanchez?
Frank Sanchez.
Oh, he's hard.
I root for Frank Sanchez, bro. I root for Nettie La Pantera,
bro. Is not black. He's Cuban, bro. What you talking about?
What do you mean?
Frank Sanchez is not. I'm talking about African American fighters, bro. Why you hate them so much? Like you always going against them.
Wait. Hold your horses, all right? I thought Frank Sanchez was from Cuba, and I thought he was African, right?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's just carry on another conversation. Fuck.
All right. Listen. Let me introduce this subject here because.
Why do you hold on?
Can I say something real quick?
Question. Why do you hate Mexicans so much, bro?
No.
Latinos. Yeah. Latino fighters,
bro. I hate all the Mexicans that's in the Canelo's gym. How about that? Because everybody in there feel like they taking some type of drug substance.
Everybody takes the drugs. Everybody takes the drugs. Why?
Well, anybody who get caught, I don't want to fuck with them. I don't like boxing, even if they're black boxers, whatever. Once you get caught taking a substance, just like
Mayweather,
Babyface Miller. Babyface Miller when he got caught. when he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, and he got caught for taking steroids and everything. Once that, I disowned him. I didn't like him anymore.
Okay, Chibi, which one is it? Do you want entertaining fights or do you want a drug-free sport? I mean, come on.
Exactly. You want pride fights or you want like UFC?
I just want people. I want people to fight in the sport and not sit here and do drugs and
I think
can
you just want
possibly
an
kill a
excuse
man.
to hate Canelo. That's all you want is an excuse.
Nah,
to hate
bro,
Canelo.
I don't want an excuse to hate Canelo.
Aren't you a Wilder fan? What do you mean you want?
Why did never test positive for steroids?
No, but he's like fantasizing about killing people in the ring. Like that's his like whole thing. What are you talking about?
Man, bro, but he's killing, bro. Now hold on, now let's go ahead and rewind that. When he says killing people in the ring, man, he's basically just saying knocking them the fuck out. Like, bro, like that's what he's doing. I know what he said, catch your body in the ring, but bro, all right then. Well, if he don't catch your body, at least he caught the body sober, my nigga. He ain't have to use no drugs to make him stronger to do that.
You're still sober when you take steroids.
Well, I'm sure if he goes to the fighter's fucking funeral, the wake, he says, "Hey, listen, man, sorry I killed your son, but I was sober." I'm sure that'd be all good with the moms.
They should just make it legal.
Here's the thing, right?
Fuck it.
Man, listen, all I'm saying is this. I just don't like boxers that goes in the ring with illegal substances inside their system. I don't believe in that. I don't think it's right to the other boxers that they're fighting.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Wasn't it a dietary supplement?
What about Kell Brook, who has other boxers inside of him?
Bro, I don't even care about Kell Brook.
Who said that? Who said that about Kell Brook? Who said that about Kell Brook? That he has other fighters inside of him?
Guilty.
Yeah, come on, man, come on. All right, listen.
Two kind of fighters don't take PEDs. There's two kinds of boxers today who don't take PEDs. Those who don't take them and those who lie about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Come on, you're all taking that shit, dude. Canelo just has an advantage because he's got the money.
Exactly.
So he can go to, all these guys, but that's a part of the proof, when you get the money, you can go. I think they all take it, though. I can tell you right now, let's be honest. Guy, look it up yourself. Go talk to any fucking doctor. Male gynecomastia, bitch tit. And I guarantee you, none of you motherfuckers ever had it. Don't know anybody who have it. But there's an exorbitant amount of fucking professional fighters who have it. When you are a natural mesomorph body style, the type you can get in bodybuilding, small joints, round muscle bellies, you don't get bitch tit. Bitch tit is like you get like women's titties. Usually it's fat, sloppy kids who have high estrogen. It's almost like 0.00% of mesomorphs have it. Okay, but you go down, you look at the pictures. Kid, they all have it. Errol Spence, before he fought Brook, shit looked like you could milk him. He had so many fucking... He had so much swelling around. I'm just being honest. Ton of swelling around his...
Jimmy,
that's all steroids.
Jimmy, let me just ask you this, Jimmy. Who do you think is going to be the one who most likely takes steroids in the Shakur Stevenson fight and the Valdez fight? Who do you think is going to be the one that's going to be...
Honestly, who cares? Hold on. Jimmy, do you know that with like bad enough gyno, some people get like a green discharge? Like it literally, like actually, like you can milk it. Like it actually comes out.
You can squeeze it, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, no, you can. And what's even gross is when they get it cut out. They have to drain it. It's gross because I was in bodybuilding, and a lot of bodybuilders obviously got it. I'd seen guys go through hell with that shit, but it just doesn't occur in athletic type kids normally. And if it does, it's prepubescent. It happens to you, and you'll be bodyboarding or whatever. You're like, shit, my nipples are killing me because you're going through. Your body's getting slammed with testosterone, so your body counters it with estrogen. When it makes too much estrogen, it gets stored in your mammary glands. That's how it happens. That's how you get the side effect. And all these boxes, I look at the pictures, I'm like, yep, there you go.
Yeah.
That motherfucker took some juice.
Especially with black fighters, because they have less aromatase. So it doesn't convert the testosterone to estrogen. So it's very rare for like a black fighter or a black athlete to have gyno. So it's like very conspicuous, that a lot of these guys, like Adesanya especially.
Oh yeah,
because they have a genetic polymorphism which doesn't produce the enzyme aromatase, which converts testosterone to estradiol
and DHT. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, we all know Black Chili has female tits here, bro.
Oh, come on. Listen, LT, check now. So who you think that's going to be on steroids in the Shakur Stevenson fight and the Oscar Valdez fight? Who you think going to be teed up?
Look, bro, let's be honest, bro.
Just ask the question. Just answer the question. I'm just you don't just that if you don't.
Shakur Stevenson.
What?
Shakur Stevenson's gonna be on fucking steroids.
Bro, why you so bro? See, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, he doesn't like African American fighters, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I know this right now.
Ever.
Yes, please answer.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but didn't Stevenson say that he's Puerto Rican?
Oh, so you admitted it.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Yeah, bro.
is Puerto
Stevenson's
Rican.
Puerto Rican, by the way.
But culturally,
I know
culturally, he's
Shakur
African
Stevenson
American.
is Puerto Rican. I didn't know that. If he is, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
Wait, so you're gonna stop going for Shakur because he's not black now?
Well, then I'm going for the Puerto Rican. Damn right. I'd rather the Puerto. Listen, listen. I'd rather go for the Puerto Rican than
Black.
Oscar Valdez.
Don't listen to that nonsense. He's black.
He's married an Asian woman too, right? Isn't his wife Asian?
Nah.
Bro, what if Oscar Valdez was a black albino?
Bro, Canelo's wife is taller than him.
Bro, what if Black Chibi? What if Oscar Valdez was a black albino? Would you go for him?
Not if his name T Time Valdez. I don't care if you black, white, whatever. Once you take drugs, I ain't fucking with you.
Damn, you can't fuck with nobody then.
So Mayweather, fuck Mayweather, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mayweather never sold the drug test.
Whoa. Chibi, you're way off. Not only did he get caught with a fucking IV in his arm the night before Mayweather, he has actual injection marks of HG injection marks you can see on his abdomen. That's it. That's how you have to take human growth hormone. You inject it in your abdomen, in between your skin. You put little injection marks.
What about that time Brook scored lower testosterone levels than Hugh Hefner when he was alive?
All right, listen, so I'll put it like this. If that's the case, I'll disown him. I'd never heard of this. I gotta look it up myself.
Yeah, there was an incident of Floyd Mayweather Jr. scoring lesser testosterone levels when Hugh Hefner was alive. Explain that.
Listen, like I said, if Floyd Mayweather, like I said, I never heard of this. If this is true, I will disown Floyd Money Mayweather as well.
See, Chibi's consistent. I'm like you fake.
If what's true, Chibi, if
Black Chibi, do you like fucking Mike Tyson?
Wait, Chibi, what are you talking about?
If Mayweather was caught in an IV.
Black Chibi, do you like Mike Tyson?
It was confirmed. He had to get a TUE for it.
Like I said, like I said, I want to look this up, and if it's true, and like I'm saying, I will disown Floyd Money Mayweather.
Mike Chibi.
There was even another incident.
My favorite heavyweight. Nah, no, I always say the Roy Jones.
Why Roy Jones?
Well, I just didn't like his style, man. I didn't like the fact that he was just an athlete. He didn't really, I don't like that he was cruising around playing basketball, then going back to boxing. I ain't like that shit. Nigga, stick to one sport. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? That's just my personal opinion. Was he a good fighter? I guess so. But look, my favorite heavyweight, you feel me, is Lennox Lewis. That's the guy I always rooted for.
Yeah, Lennox is a beast.
Right, Lennox Lewis. And where's he from?
Jamaica.
He's from the UK.
Oh, okay, smart one, Black Chibi. So apparently you're okay with
let me guess. You thought I thought he was You thought I thought he was from America. You know what, bro? You was the most racist person I ever met
I only got one question.
Did he fight for the Canadian
Why
team?
am I racist, Black Chibi, with questions? How is that racist?
No, that's not the question. The question is, no more tranny pics in the Discord?
We got that shit clear, bro.
Fighter Spirit is a bitch. We already established that.
Okay.
Listen, all I know is, bro. Listen. My question was to you, LT, is this whole time. Every time when I see you on here, I never seen you give Black American boxer props. Now everybody heard me give Mexican fighters props. I just never heard you say, "Oh, well, I like this black fighter. He was real good. I like what he did in the ring." But the only person you can say is some black guy that's in Canelo's boxing gym that nobody never heard of.
Hey, bro, look, Ugas is fucking amazing, bro. What are you talking about?
Is not, bro. Ugas is not Black American. He's Cuban. Listen, he doing this on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Bro, listen, look, nah, I'm done. I'm done. All right.
Black American fighter in the game, Stephen Fulton. That's an easy pick.
Hey, I just wanted to say the person I was ever talking to and on the chat here when I was explaining about Mayweather, I just posted the picture on the Discord there. You can clearly see the injection marks, the same ones that are on John.
Confirmed cheater, John Jones. Confirmed.
All right, I'll make sure. All right, I'll make sure I'll look into that.
Right
No
there
problem.
Discord, he's on that route.
Well, I gotta tell you, this has been very interesting, though. But I wanted to go back to a subject here that's sure to stir some controversy. I don't know if you guys heard.
If he's really juicing up,
Thank you. We'll talk about that.
Hey, can you guys hear me? By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fantastic. All right.
Wait,
Listen,
can I say something about Canelo real quick?
all right, Kung Fu. Go ahead. Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, go ahead.
Canelo is straight up ducking Mexicans, man. Like most Mexican fighters, their best fights are with other Mexicans. Those are their rivals.
Who isn't Canelo ducking? Who isn't Canelo ducking?
They reporter asked him a question about Zerto.
Answer that question.
There's another Mexican out there.
Bro, let me answer that question.
Who's waiting for him?
Who isn't Canelo ducking?
Ducking him all the way. Benavidez.
Bro, let me answer that question.
Paul, yeah.
Bro, Carlo is ducking black fighters.
He's ducking what?
Black fighters.
No, he's not.
He's not ducking black fighters. He's ducking real black American fighters.
Canelo is scared of real Mexicans, bro.
But okay, but let me ask you that. But can I just? Oh, Gonzalo, go ahead. Gonzalo, go ahead.
Yeah,
So who's a real
traditionally.
Gonzalo, go ahead. Gonzalo, go ahead. Gonzalo. Yeah.
Hold on. Who's a real Mexican at 168?
Well, let me just say. Let me just answer that. Let me just answer. Traditional.
Hey, okay. Actually, I'm gonna start. LT, you asked the question. LT, you asked the question. Let Gonzalo answer it. Gonzalo, I mean, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Gonzalo. Yeah.
Traditionally, there's not a lot of Mexicans in the higher weight divisions until just recently, and I'm gonna say about the last 5 years. Now, from 68 or even 60 up, who do we really have out there? We have Zurdo Ramirez, who's trying to get to 50-0, all the while not fighting anybody. So he's going to start doing something in his own career in order to merit a fight against Canelo. Now, I realize the statements that Canelo made in regards to other Mexicans. Yeah, that's a valid point. But Benavidez, we mentioned it time and time again, the reasons that he lost his titles. Now, if you're Canelo, if that were you, wouldn't you go the route? If that were you, wouldn't you go the route of undisputed? If you know you had to gain these belts, and they said, well, let's say that were you gotta become undisputed, but you gotta face these challengers, and Benavidez is not part of that picture. Which route would you take? That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though, right, Gonzalo? If Benavidez never failed to make weight, Canelo would never move up.
We don't know that,
Canelo
though.
saw an opportunity and took it.
We don't know that though. That's that whole if he would have, could have, should have.
Wasn't Canelo gonna go undisputed at 160?
Look, man, look, bro.
I mean, he could say he's going undisputed at 168, but based on his track record, he's not gonna do it.
It's not a real Mexican like you just guys
He's
said.
more of a Mexican than Canelo. Why do you guys love the Irish man so much?
He's good. I just isn't it kind of funny that the dude who fought Triple G twice is afraid of Benavidez? That's just classic.
Here's the thing, right? Benavidez, he might not be as good as Triple G, but he's bigger than Triple G, and he trained with Triple G. He can pick up He can pick up a lot of stuff Triple G did.
But let's go back to what Gonzalo said. Look, when he said that, he said that. Hold on. He said that statement, right, Canelo? But the reality shows that there's not many Mexicans that can stand up to it. Like he said, Zurdo Ramirez, come on, he hasn't beaten anybody. Munguia's passing out, trying to make 160. He went to war with Losado. He's not on that level. The only one really there is Benavidez. But like Gonzalo said, Benavidez dropped the ball himself. Now we can say, if Benavidez had a title, Canelo would have moved up. Well, we don't know, because that's a coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I know.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, what about
I know because Canelo said he was going undisputed at 160, and he didn't. The opportunity wasn't right. The same thing would have happened with Benavidez.
Well, we don't know that, man.
And what? You wouldn't do the same.
I know that.
You wouldn't do the same.
Yes, he would.
All right. Well, it's speculation, Fury. It's speculation. We don't know. I mean,
he still has the opportunity to fight Benavidez, someone everyone wants him to fight, but he's scared of Mexicans. It is what it is.
He's not scared, man.
He's scared of Mexicans for some
Yeah,
reason.
he's not.
Did you
Julio Chavez Jr. is the best Mexican Canelo has ever fought.
Yeah, look
Look, man. You know what? I'm on his side. Fuck it. Yeah, I guess he's scared of Mexicans.
He's scared of Mexicans. He admitted to ducking Mexicans.
Well, Jimmy also hit the nail.
I don't know why Mexicans agree with Mexicans not get with
Wait. You think Chavez Jr. is better than Josecito Lopez? Hold on. You think Chavez Jr. is better than Josecito Lopez? I take a lot of issue with that.
Yeah, come
Chavez
on, man.
Jr. sucks, bro.
No, but listen, Jimmy brought up the good point. The guy, Canelo fought Triple G twice. Let's not make it out to be like he's quaking in his boots thinking about David Benavidez. I mean, this guy, look, Canelo will fight anybody. Go ahead, J Money. You want to say something? J Money.
I was going to say, it's obvious he's going for history. And if he's going to go for history on night heavyweight, then that means he's going to face the hardest puncher, which is Artur Beterbiev. So if you're saying he's scared of power, how could you say that then if he's going to be facing the guy with the most power? You think fucking Artur Beterbiev can knock out that guy that went with Charlo 12 rounds? That Mexican? Fuck that. Benavidez drop by girl. So how he? Come on, man. That
doesn't stop him from being scared of.
That's a great point because traditionally there's not many Mexicans in the higher weight divisions for a reason. It's because they're not that dominant. They're not cut from that cloth, really. Until just recently, they're getting bigger. Yeah. But the Mexican style is a break you down type of style, and that's all well and that's all fine and dandy, and that's what they do good. But in the higher weights, you're gonna have some guy with some crazy one punch knockout power with the correct dimensions. That's a danger. You see what I'm saying? But Canelo, so don't tell me that all that Mexican style is gonna be the one that's gonna like, okay, if you fight Canelo, that's the style that's gonna beat Canelo. No, not really, man. It's gonna be a big power puncher like Beterbiev that's gonna pose like the real threat. Even the Fable type of style fighting.
That's not true. Canelo.
Well, show me that Mexican. I know that it's not true, but show me that Mexican that does that at 75. You don't have that.
Ayo, no cap though. Bivol will also be a 50 fight. I see the Charlo and Benavidez.
Bivol is gonna 12-zip Canelo, but he's gonna lose.
Benavidez, yeah, he throws these pity pats, that got weight behind them. He's good. But you guys act like he's like a fucking Terminator, dude. He's not.
Canelo thinks he's the Terminator. Canelo thinks he's the Terminator, though. That's the thing.
Multiple times. Touched him up. Benavidez is not a joke. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? Listen.
Canelo. I said Canelo labors and he looks like he's frustrated when he fights. It's true. But the reason that's successful because not too many fighters nowadays are willing to do that. And when you're using offense, when you're using defense to get in there and blast away, fighters don't want to go through that. And obviously, it's going to look like you're not doing good because who uses defense, rolls the punches, and takes shots and blocks? That looks physically daunting and draining to do that, but nobody wants to go through that. And Canelo, unfortunately, had enough, and he's implementing that. He knows that that's the way he has to fight, and he's doing it smartly. You see, not too many fighters are willing to go through that.
I don't think any of these guys know like how hard it is to take a shot, roll with it, and then counter. Like especially with the same hand. Like, fuck that, bro. Like imagine your shoulder, getting like pummeled, and then having to throw a shot with that same thing. Fuck.
Exactly, you hit the nail on the head because he looks. Yes, he's doing it, and it looks like it looks rough and hard to do because it is rough and it is hard to do, and not too many fighters want to do that, but he's doing it, and that's why it's physically hard for him. But he's doing it. So who else is doing it? That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying he's scared of Benavidez, man.
Well, listen, I mean,
did you ask? Usually,
yes, you've let your feelings know.
Okay, try to throw some shoe shine throw some shoe shine and put a 10 punch combination together like he did against Porky Medina against Canelo Alvarez. He's gonna throw that high guard. He's gonna start slipping, rolling that weight, rolling that neck.
You think Canelo can do that?
I said
Caleb Plant is way worse than Benavidez, and he was able to get through Canelo's guard with the shoe shine.
Not with the shoe shine. Not with the shoe.
when Canelo allowed him.
I actually thought. Hold on,
Benavidez can do that all
please,
night.
fellas. Listen. At the end of the day, this Hulk fucking Benavidez, I want to see him fight Canelo. I think he's very dangerous. But then there's also the other side of the coin, which is what has he done to earn that? He's got a win over Durrell. That's his biggest win, and 2 wins over the tough Roland Gavril. I mean, that doesn't necessarily. I mean, the performances themselves are good, but then you got to ask against who is he looking this good against? And so does that really merit a Canelo fight? Listen, time will tell, man. That's all I can say about that. I wanted to introduce another subject. By the way, before we do that, shout out to Open the Gates. No message left, but shout out to Open the Gates. Really appreciate your contribution. And don't forget to hit that like button, fellas. Hit that like. Really helps us out. All right, listen, I want to talk about this comment here from Gervonta Davis's trainer. He came out a couple of days ago, actually today. He said, we're eager for the Lomachenko fight. We waiting. He said, we waiting on that fight. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on that fight. Like I said, it's going to be a chess match. Then they talk about how Davis in 2019 said, me and Floyd actually talked about it, referring to the Lomachenko fight. Even me and Al Heyman talked about it, but it's about making it at the right time. Everything don't happen overnight. We know that Al and Top Rank have done business together before, but it'd be hard making fights with them too. I'm just a student of the game. So guys, what do you think about this? Because there's comments out there from Mayweather himself who said we're keeping everything in-house. So I guess my question is, are we ever gonna see this fight?
Gervonta Tank Davis is ducking white primed European fighters, and that's a simple fact, bro.
Agreement. That's true.
And also, hold on. Okay, listen. And Gervonta Tank Davis
was released. That statement was actually he made that statement like 3 months ago.
And Gervonta Tank Davis defense. What I would say is this: when they asked him a minute ago, they asked. And they said, do you see yourself fighting Lomachenko and everything? And he said, and then it's out of his own mouth, that I don't feel like I'm ready for that fight yet. Like, he was honest about it. Like it's not like ducking. He don't think that, because if he would have got in there with a Lomachenko, and he was younger, Lomachenko would dog him. Let him get a little experience to get
Bro, you were fucking life and death with Isaac Cruz or whatever the fuck that guy is.
Teofimo Lopez is younger than that guy.
The only thing Gervonta Tank Davis would have had if he would have fought Lomachenko back in the days is a punch chance. Because Lomachenko skills.
When Tank Davis fought Isaac Cruz, the real tank in that fight was Isaac Cruz.
Man, listen, bro. Listen.
I like that you guys brought up Tank. Tank is literally the lightweight Canelo, man.
No, get the fuck out of here.
He's the lightweight Canelo. He's probably more skilled than Canelo. He's probably more skilled than Canelo.
He's the lightweight Gervonta Tank Davis.
His fights are just as fake as Canelo's.
Dude.
This boy here, he's trolling.
Let me ask this dude. Who's accomplished more?
Hey, hold on, fellas. Hold on. Okay. Listen. Listen, I understand this is I understand this is Open Lights Friday, but everyone talking over each other, that's not going to work. So, Jimmy, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I keep hearing somebody said, Tank Davis is Canelo. Are you serious? Even putting Canelo? But I know, but let me finish. This kid, Tank Davis, shouldn't even be talked about amongst boxers. He's not even a part of boxing. He's on the peripheral. Terrible what they did to this kid. I think he would have had a better chance against Lomachenko 4 years ago before he got all fucked up in the head with money and now he's slow. He looks confused. That performance against Cruz was fucking shameful. Horrible. And you're going to see how shameful it was when Cruz fights fucking this kid. Did you hear that was announced today? Cruz fucking Gamboa is now the undercard for fucking you got Spence. Imagine that.
Jimmy, right?
Hold on. Let King Bucho say something. King Bucho, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I can hear you now, Bucho.
Jimmy, do you think that, Tank looked like shit against Cruz, right? But do you think that that's his level, that's his skill level, or he's better than that?
Well, I used to think he was better. It comes down to when you emotionally listen. Tank's a tough kid, got explosive speed, but when you look at fucking Rolly Romero was about to fight. That kid's. I mean, come on, you should be wearing a hockey helmet to school. But nobody has. When you don't have to listen. When you don't have to test yourself. You don't have to test yourself. You just don't get the steel, sharpen steel. Recognize. I mean, we all say it. When you fight below yourself, when you fight guys like this kid was a 12-1 Vegas no-hoper Cruz, and he was baffled. He didn't know what to do going backwards. And if you can't throw anything going backwards or side to side anymore, and your speed is, I mean, he's 27 too, hard living outside the fucking ring. He's been a champ for 5 years. He's got one legitimate opponent on his resume, and then never rose.
But right, Jimmy? Here's the thing, right, Jimmy? If you know how I feel about Canelo, you know that what I said about Tank wasn't a compliment. I'm just saying.
I apologize to you, bro.
That he makes you stand right next to LRB, bro. And if you're not whiter than him, he won't fight you, bro.
Okay.
Well,
BDA, did you read my super chat?
Yeah, let me read your super chat real quick. You said, shout out to Kung Fu Brandon for his contribution. He says, real Mexicans don't like Canelo, only the fake ones. Oh, so there's a lot of fake Mexicans out there at his
Fake
fights.
Mexicans love Canelo, man.
There you go.
I just think that Canelo fan base, they really are. You know, because if you just go for the other boxer against Canelo, you're just racist. That's what it is.
You're breaking up like Chibi. Chibi, you're breaking up, man. Sorry about that, but you're breaking up.
No, I was saying, I said the reason why I don't like the Canelo fan base because just because you go for the other boxer, now you're just racist. You just don't want to see a Mexican winning. Like it's bullshit.
I mean, you're defending Tank and then hating on Canelo. That kind of exposes you, bro. Like, come on.
Bro, listen, I'm defending. Listen, I honestly thought. Listen, me and Jimmy are two different people. I honestly thought that Gervonta Tank Davis had a great performance when he fought Isaac Cruz. You know, I liked it, but like I said, everybody got their own opinion.
Who the fuck is Isaac Cruz? Who's Isaac Cruz? Who's Tank?
Bro, listen,
I think the better question is, why was he backing away from Isaac Cruz?
Listen, like Gervonta Tank Davis said, we just officially made a start.
Just call him Davis, brother. Just call him Davis, bro. We got you.
Like, Chibi, just pay my homie his money, man.
Oh, come on.
Look. Tank's regressing. He's not fighting.
Hold on. Please let Brock. Brock was going to say something. Go ahead, Brock.
The thing is, Tank's regressing. He's fighting lesser and lesser opponents. He's not even in boxing. He's in his own separate sport where they pretend that they make money. Meanwhile, we have Teofimo, Loma, even Devin, to be fair, fighting decent opponents. They're getting better. Canelo's getting better. Tank's regressing. If the iron doesn't sharpen iron, where do you go? You go downhill.
Canelo wasn't getting better.
Power, man.
Canelo was not getting better.
You don't really know what Tank level is.
When was the last time Canelo fought iron? He's never
Jimmy,
fought an
iron. You're stuck with Canelo. Hold on. Let's go. Jimmy, I want to ask you something. You believe that Tank Davis has been brainwashed by Mayweather into thinking that this is the correct career route?
Yeah, I think they sold him on just be hated, like just because he sees all the hate on Twitter. And I mean, it gets bad. I think he's selling him on just because what he keeps on saying, the fourth biggest ticket seller, attraction. They don't even know how to really even frame it anymore. But I mean, the fact that he didn't come back after the Cruz fight, I thought it was imperative on him to save any kind of resemblance of a career for this dude to come back and finally fight somebody. And they come back with Rolly Romero. Listen, this kid is terrible. You heard Steve Kim. So much should be fucking outlawed. This kid is such a bad fighter. And they're going to be putting this on pay-per-view. It's just a grift, dude.
Wait. Is he going to fight? Is he going to fight?
Why does Black Chibi talk like Rolly Romero and never shows his face?
But hold on, is Romero gonna? No, wait. Are you insinuating Chibi's?
All I'm saying is, in my defense, like if you go to my YouTube channel, Black Chibi, then you see my face all the time. I ain't got nothing to hide.
There you go. He's not hiding anything. He's showing his face on his channel.
In my opinion, though, Rolly Romero versus Tank is a closer fight than most of Canelo's fights.
Yeah, but see, the difference is. But hold on. The difference is. Can I say something, please? Can I say something, please? Can I say something, please? People get. Can I say something? Oh my goodness gracious!
What we want to say about Rolly Romero, but
Mr. BDH, want to say something, guys?
Yeah, I mean, Kung Fu Brandon, I appreciate your passion, but you're hung up on this Canelo thing. Look, Canelo's fighting guys that are highly ranked. That's the big difference. Now, you may not think that those guys have a chance. In fact, I remember when I tried to push for the Callum Smith, Canelo Alvarez film analysis that we did live, everybody from the get-go was like, listen, BDA, we don't need to do this. He ain't going to win. But that doesn't mean Callum Smith's not a good fighter. I mean, he was the Lineal Ring Magazine champion. So when we talk about Tank Davis and compare his fights to Canelo, there's no comparison, man. There just isn't. He's at least Canelo's fighting the best. Fucking Tank Davis isn't, man.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, the Barrios fight was faked. Was fixed, right? But I don't think this Romero one.
Smith is a hype job.
No, I thought that was a good fight because I think it was a good mirror fight because he was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia pulled the bitch boy move because he from the Canelo gym. But yeah, though, so
Let's talk about that too.
Let's talk
about that too. Joe Goosen is a way better trainer than Reynoso. Ryan Garcia.
I agree.
Reynoso.
I agree. Yeah. I think Joe Goose is all underrated, man. And by the way, Ryan Garcia.
Man.
But when was Garcia supposed to fight with him? When did I don't know.
No, I remember when Garcia called out Pacquiao.
Oh my God!
They're both. That's your joke. How is the Golden Boy fighter gonna fight on PBC? Like that already exposes everything. It's never gonna happen.
I was gonna mention something.
So he essentially called out. He essentially called out Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? He was even on the Mike Tyson show.
Bullshit.
And after all that talk, he thought about Gervonta Tank Davis knocking him the fuck out, and then he asked about anxiety, and that everybody knows it. You feel me? And he pulled out, and he haven't had a fight since.
Yeah. Can I say something real?
Hey guys, speaking of anxiety, speaking of anxiety, you guys are giving me anxiety talking over each other. Hold on a second. Number one here. I think Gonzalo was trying to say something as well. Gonzalo, please go ahead.
Yeah, just really fast. I like Joe Goosen as a trainer. He's got good energy. I remember when Jose Luis Castillo, he fought Diego Chico Corrales. I like the energy he brought in when he told him, you got to do good now. You don't have a choice. I like that energy. Same type of energy. Well, not identical, but what I'm trying to say that Eddie Reynoso brings to Canelo. He tells him the way it is. So I think they're both good trainers. It's hard to say.
Yo, Gonzalo, did you see that fight? Goosen had this huge scab on him. Like on his hand?
Yeah.
Wasn't that weird? Like he has an open wound. Man, boxing is a jungle, right? Like he has an open wound and he's in the fighter's corner.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Crazy.
All right, PSK wants to say something. PSK, go ahead.
Yo, how's it going? First and foremost, gentlemen, hope everyone's had a good Friday. What I was going to say, so this whole Canelo versus Gervonta kind of comparison, it's simple. Gervonta's literally only had one legitimate world title. All the rest are baby belts. Secondly, 8 out of Canelo's last 11 opponents were legitimate world champions. Not no WBA regular bullshit. Not no can from downtown Guadalajara.
I mean, they were all cans. All of them were cans.
Let's just be honest about something. I mean, it's obvious. If Canelo, the only legitimate fight that he's gonna get from these section of fans that hit on his resume is if they're black. That's it. If they're white, they're automatically hated on. If they're anything but, if they're white, no credit, bro. No credit. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Come on.
Why would I believe Charlo's any better than Callum Smith? Give me one reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to see whose it is. I was going to take it in and see whose it is.
Hey, call for Brandon. I'm going to have to kick you out. Call for Brandon. I mean, come on, man. I've told people before, please, and Jimmy has reiterated too. Block, mute your mics. And this guy unmutes
Jimmy's girlfriend wants her phone back. I think that's what's going on.
This guy, not only does he unmute himself, but he unmutes himself at the
Sorry
same time.
Sorry about that, you guys. Continue the show.
Was that? Wait, who was that? Was that Kung Fu Brandon or Chibi who had the background noise?
Chibi.
Oh, I apologize. I apologize, Kung Fu Brandon. I thought it was. I thought I saw
got
you.
muted for no reason.
Yeah, I saw because I saw your icon light up, and then I heard a women's voice saying that'll be 95 if you want to keep going all night. It's extra 100. I said, okay, I thought that was coming from you, man. But all right.
Let's just forget all about that, man. Let's get back to the show, y'all boys.
All right, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
$90 for happy ending. Is that what she said?
J Money was talking about Canelo's opponents, and the truth is, there are certain people that if Canelo's next undefeated champion is not black, he's not going to get credit. If he becomes undisputed and none of them are black, they're not all black.
That's not true. That's not true.
True. Benevides this whole time. Canelo's scared of
You know what? They're not going to.
Anytime Canelo sees a real Mexican, it makes him take it.
How are you not going to get credit for better beef? How?
Exactly. Better beef. He'll get plenty of credit if he fights better beef.
Reverend, I think we're saying is that rule, not every black person.
I think he's more scared of real Mexicans than better beef.
Do you know every black person?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Don't be stupid.
Get out
He's
the
probably
house.
talking generally.
The average of what's happening on Instagram, bro. Those
Well, get out of the internet, bro. This is the real world.
I want him to fight. I want him to fight Benavides.
From 68 to heavyweight,
And
the
also,
black
Benavides is not black, so I don't know why you're bringing that up.
from 68 to 72.
Yeah, hold on. Who's
Remember, unifying 175, not fighting fucking Charlo and Benavides. I got no resume. I mean, come on.
No, it's just from 68 to heavyweight. 68 to heavyweight, neither blacks nor Mexicans or Hispanics are the dominants in boxing. It's true. They're not.
Yeah.
That might be why Canelo's up there.
That's the white European dudes that are dominant.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
If black people are so dominant,
You're bullshitting. You're bullshitting.
Hey, let's be honest. Caleb Plant is the best black fighter Canelo fought, man.
All right, somebody's asking. Who's asking me? Hold on, please. Who's asking me? Who's asking me
better
something?
than any fucking black American fighter.
That's me.
All right, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
You ain't gonna get
you mind if I say something, because I hear this come up a lot, and I love this show, but it's one thing that I get tired of, and it's this race supremacy. It's race supremacy BS. Like it's even to a point where like when I call into a show, I always have to make mention as as a disclaimer, like that like how unbiased I am, because if I because obviously I'm black, so if I mention anything about a black fighter, like I get backlash for it, like not by anybody on the panel, of course, but like people like who call in or people in the chat, and like it's I just get tired of hearing people bring that up. Like, Jesus Christ, stick to the sport.
I agree, and that's what we try to do now. There's a lot of people in the chat. But hold on. Can I say something, please? Can I say something? J Money.
Hold on.
Yeah. I agree with that. And you see that on every channel, because if you go to channels that have even more viewers than ours, you have people that are 300 people in the chat. Of course, you're gonna get out of that. Let's say you got 20 people that are racially biased. You're gonna get that, and you can't ban them, because if they're not saying anything that's overtly racist, you can't necessarily kick them out for no reason. So yeah, I agree with you on that, but there's not much that can be done when it comes to the chat or the callers. On this show, we try to have an open dialogue and freedom of speech, and as long as people aren't going to the extreme, we allow them to speak their piece. That doesn't mean we agree with it, as the disclaimer states at the beginning of this show, but we got to give people a little leeway when it comes to voicing their opinions.
People like LT only see brown. That's just what it is.
I never got that, from anybody on the panel. But so when I was saying this, it's mostly to people like me or myself, like who enjoy the show. And realistically, like I don't even have anything wrong with people, like having pride. I mean, like if you have black pride, then like if you have brown pride, like like by all means, like by all means, but like keep it in, like good faith and good taste.
You know what? You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like?
Chibi, chill down, bro.
That's not
No, I
Chibi.
don't know.
J
That's
Money.
not Chibi.
It's
That's
J
not
Money.
Chibi.
Yeah.
That's somebody
sorry.
else. Yeah, that's somebody
I'm
else.
sorry, Chibi. I owe you, brother. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can I say something? Can I please? Can I say something? Recognize is gonna go. Recognize is gonna say something. Then J Money, who's itching to say something. So Recognize and then J Money. All right. So nobody jump in. Recognize. Go ahead, please.
To Ron Sims' point, like from what I'm hearing, he's the type of person that could watch boxing and the race doesn't really play much of an opinion on him. It's the skills in the ring. It's the skills. Yeah, bro.
Go ahead.
It's the skills in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That matters. Like that's how I look at boxing because I've been watching boxing so long. So I don't get offended when, for instance, there's hardly no Puerto Ricans at the top. You know what I'm saying? There's no Puerto Rican fighters that are like lighting the world on fire. There's prospects, but there's no real guy out there that is lighting the world on fire. But I can still enjoy it because I love hold on, man. Because I love the technique. You know what I'm saying? I love the technique of the sport, and whoever could do it the best, those are the guys I'll give props to.
All right, now J Money was gonna. Now J Money was gonna go. Yeah.
Look, the same people that call Canelo's resume Euro bums, Euro champion bums, are the same people that fucking clamorize for Wilder, dude. Just explain that. How does that make sense now? Wilder that fucking fights the average what, like 80th?
Why can't you just say what you want to say?
Come on, bro.
Hey, no interruptions, please. No interruptions, please. We're trying to keep this clean. No interruptions.
You don't have to say anything, bro. That automatically explains itself. There's no way that you could.
You're jumping around it.
I'm just gonna be a Wilder supporter. Those are the same BBC fanboys. Who are they, bro?
I don't care about Wilder. I don't care about Wilder at all.
Yeah.
Who are
they? Who are they? Are they a bunch of
trash? Hey, BBC fanboy, you mean black, right?
Who are they? Who are they?
Just say black. Not being a bitch.
But see, this is where this. But see, I'm a living walking contradiction to that right there. To what he's trying to allude to, because for me, for example, like I don't have a racial bias when it comes to boxing. I do have like a bias when it comes to my country, though. So when I see, like I know Wilder's, like I know Wilder's was never, like the best, like boxer with any stretch of the means. But like it made me proud as an American to have an American heavyweight.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. You see, you're honest. Like a lot of the Wilder fanboys, and I'm not saying all because that's not fair.
Yeah.
A lot of the Wilder fanboys that I bumped into, mainly on the internet, they're crazy. They're trying to convince me. I'm like, dude, you can't convince me that this guy is a well-skilled fighter. Like, who do you think you're talking to? I've been watching boxing for way too long. I box myself. I have better form than he does as a boxer.
Run. Just let me just say something quickly. I understand what you're saying, but in my case, I just criticize, for example, when it came to Wilder fans, the crazy ones, the ones that claimed that there was a long count, that Fury cheated and something. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. If you want to support black fighters or whatever, obviously you can do whatever you want, and I don't have a problem with that. But it's when you lie to that point, it's crazy.
Hey, can I say something too in regards to that? What I try to do is when I go to other channels and I see, and I don't go to that many, but when I do go to some new ones and I see that the host or is too crazy, I just don't watch it. Now, if the host is good, but the chat room is bad, guess what? I just don't read the chat room. I ignore that shit. I don't stick to the chat and start debating people. That it's a waste of time. So I wanted to say something in regards to that. We're talking about national pride. I tell you one guy that is not gonna get any type of pride, and that's Guillermo Rigondeaux, who just came out this Saturday, and he said that, check this out, okay? This is after the non-effort he put forth against John Casimero. This guy's deluded. He said, "Let no one forget El Jackal. Let them remember me as I am. I will give my best. Okay, that right there, I will give my best. That's not true because that's not his best. They gave Casimero a little Christmas present. He knows, and ask him if he wants to fight me again. I'm sure he will tell you no. I left him throwing up like a bitch. As for me, I will always be well prepared. And that is true because at 45 years old to be able to move the way he did, that you need a lot of endurance. And then he says,
run like that and still have energy. When you run like that and you still have energy, I'll give you a lot of credit at 45.
Recognize, learn from his mistakes, bro. Recognize, learn from his mistakes. That's why he fucking removed his tattoo of Berlanga on his chest. He lacerated all that part. He lacerated all that part of his chest. Till this day, he has that scar, bro.
Well, let me finish the article. Let me finish reading this, please. So it says, ask him if he wants to. You will never find me tired, he says. I want people to believe in me that I have always been a winner. In February, the fire and the candle will return. So now he's saying that he supposedly the fire has been rekindled. So Sean Gibbons, who's Casimero's manager.
Rigondeaux quit against Lomachenko.
Hold on. Let me finish, please. Real quick. Sean Gibbons then came back. He's Casimero's manager, and he said he was very vocal about it. He says, hold on a second. Okay, he said Rigondeaux must have fallen down and hit his head, or he is high as a kite. He needs to go back and watch the fight. He needs to look back at what the fans said. He was an embarrassment. He ran like he stole something. That wasn't boxing. Boxing is what he had done in previous fights. And then he says, stop the nonsense. It's over. Nobody wants to see that shit again. It was horrifying. It was the most embarrassing fight I've been involved in my 35 years of boxing. So stop the bullshit. So my question to you fellas is, what did you think of Rigondeaux's last performance? Are you even excited to watch him again? And what did you were any of you ever fans of Rigondeaux?
I was never a fan. Never a fan.
Rigondeaux is the. Wait, hold on. Just so I know.
I started first. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I'll make it quick. I was never a fan of Rigondeaux. Never.
That's fair, man. I can back you up on that. Yeah.
Oh, against Casimero.
Fucking liar.
The only reason why is because the referee decided not to. But he checked out of that fight from the first round. Okay? He ran the whole fight. And these weirdos on Showtime and on YouTube, right? These weirdos that said that he won the fight. Bro, just look in the mirror and smack the shit out of yourself. Just say, look, I'm playing myself. Just say it. I'm playing myself. I'm capping so hard that I deserve a smack in my face.
No.
Yeah, because you definitely lying because that's not fighting. A dude running is not fighting, and you definitely ain't winning. How the fuck you winning and you running? Fucking
great,
bitch.
excellent question.
That's like a dude talking about he wants to fight. He wants to fight me. I get over there and he starts running. He just starts running. I won. Nah, boo. You know, you won, bitch. I came over here to fight you.
He's a dude that's too prideful. He's too prideful to get knocked out.
You know what's funny? Is I actually had that happen to me before.
Right. So you go step to a guy, right? And you're like, hey, you talking shit? And as soon as he sees you, he just runs.
I had a guy. It's whenever I was in grade school. You know, the guy. We were having an altercation, and like the guy just up and landed the first punch on me, and then took off. And I mean, like I was bleeding.
And he said he won.
He won,
right?
Because my mouth was bleeding, so like it was evident that I had gotten punched. But I mean, what could I say? To refute, like the fact that like that wasn't a real fight.
Hey Ron, can I just say, hey Ron, I never apologized for that. I never apologized for that, Ron. So I'm gonna do it, Ron. I apologize for doing that. Sorry. Go ahead, Regulus.
You see, if BDA did that to you and he ran, I even if I didn't know you guys, even though I know BDA, I'll be like, damn, BDA, you went out like a bitch. Hey, how you gonna punch me and run?
Can I ask something, BDA?
Yes, please.
I don't want to change the subject. I just want to ask if it was on the agenda to talk about the Casimero stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about.
Talk about it, yes, please.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, apparently Casimero fled. Did anyone have more points on the Rigondeaux thing? I don't want to change the subject.
Fuck Rigondeaux.
Yeah,
yeah. I saw a tweet from I forgot who it was, but apparently Casimero fled the Philippines because he was involved with some sexual thing with an underage girl, and now he's fled to the U.S. So
let's clarify. Let's clarify because people in the Discord are saying that technically he banged, or I don't know what he did, with a 17-year-old, and apparently the age of consent in the Philippines 16. So yeah, she was underage, but apparently it was legal from what I read. So I don't know, man.
I thought it was 12, BDA. It's 12. 12 years
Oh
old.
shit! Really?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's 12 years old.
Whoa, Gonzalo. First of all, don't say that.
That's if you're not a foreigner.
Gonzalo's not saying there's nothing wrong with sleeping with a 12-year-old. He's saying that's the age.
No, that's nothing wrong with their culture because as long as you're not a foreigner, you're not breaking the law. If you're a Filipino,
Jesus Christ, if you can bleed,
yeah, if you're a foreigner, it's a different story.
You know what they say? If there's grass on, you know what they say? If there's grass on the field, play ball. So apparently
old enough to bleed, old enough to butcher.
Yo, I got a question. So if you flee to the States, does that mean we might see him in date license?
Oh man. Enjoying those cookies.
You never know. He might be in the cell next to Charlo.
Man, he's gonna. You know what? Imagine.
When did that come out?
Today or yesterday? Within the last 2 days.
But here's the question: why did he leave the Philippines?
That's right.
Yeah, that's weird. That's what I don't understand. You can even look it up on Google. I think.
Or maybe she has a father. Maybe she has a father that's going to kill him.
Bingo.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking.
Hey,
yeah,
by the way,
something like that. Yeah, you have to marry her. Or
Maybe you
something.
got herpes, bro.
Yeah, in Mexico, it used to be as long as you weigh over 85 kilos.
What?
Or 85 pounds. I'm sorry, 85 kilos is big. 85 pounds.
I don't remember
Believe it or
that.
not, that's because of giving birth. They used to do it in the old days by a certain size. If your hips were a certain width, you had what's called birthing hips. That was actually how they got the age of consent. So it would keep the old creeps from banging 7-year-old girls saying, I just want to have a baby, because they didn't have age of consent. So that's where the term birthing hips. And if you didn't have birthing hips, they would put you in a stockade and probably burn you.
Hey, guys,
how old is Casemiro? 27, 25, something like that?
Yeah, I think something
Probably
like
a little too old to be bending 12-year-olds over.
Oh, no. 12, if she's 12, that's different, right?
No, she's not 12. According to the report, people in Discord were saying 17. Now, let me ask you guys something. If Casemiro is allowed, if Casemiro stays on the streets, what would you guys think it's cool if he comes out for his next fight dressed like the pimp from Taxi Driver, like Harvey Keitel? With the hat
all I know, BBA, I have a feeling this dude might be running from her dad, or maybe she has some brothers. All right, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, maybe she got pregnant. Doesn't want to give up any of his money.
My ex baby mama father told me, if we were in DR, I would have killed you a long time ago.
Oh, he would have Felix Verdejo you.
Tell me straight out. If we were in Dominican Republic, you'd be dead by now.
What did you say? Thanks, Pops?
No, I didn't say shit. I didn't say one word. I just said my mouth.
Hey, recognize. At least you didn't say. At least you didn't say. Hey, yeah, I'll Felix Verdejo your girl. What do you think about that?
I just think she's saying some wise ass crack.
As soon as he left and he was out of view, I was like, fuck that bitch ass.
You're stupid.
Well, that's where we are now, man. That's the point we're at on this podcast. We went down this rabbit hole. Okay, so just to be fair to what's his name, Casemiro, this is what I'm reading here on spin.ph, which is, I think it's a Filipino website. WBO asked to look into disturbing revelation Casemiro vlog. What's it saying? That they're saying that they want him to be stripped of his title because... Okay, an exchange beginning at the 10-15 minute mark of the vlog showed Casemiro and Planas discussing the... No, okay, no, sorry, that's not it. Sorry, that's something else. All right, so if anybody can find any actual information on this, because we really want to get to whether there's any allegations. So far, I haven't been able to find anything on Google. I guess it's all coming from Twitter or maybe even Filipino websites. But anyway, listen, fellas.
Something changed. Now that I remember, something changed with... But the age of consent, that's a totally different story. That's all.
All right, let's go check ageofconsent.com.
I remember reading that last week with Pacquiao and something that a new law passed about the age of marriage, but not what the age of...
Oh shit!
Casimiro's gonna walk in. He's gonna walk into the fucking Catch a Predator house with a 6-pack on.
Oh yeah, that's why I brought up the Dateline thing.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to.
What's that dude's name? The guy that comes on the Dayline.
Chris Hansen.
Can
Chris
I
Hansen,
talk
yeah.
to you for a second?
But it's not gonna be Chris Hansen. It's gonna be Jimmy Lennon Jr.
And everybody. Time the cops aren't waiting.
He's gonna show up with the pizza. No,
fellas, fuck. Yeah, the internet is. My connection is getting fucked up here. All right, fellas, before you, my connection is getting fucked up here for some reason. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you
breaking up.
Yeah, my connection's fucked up. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to tell them my connection on the Discord here. My connection is fucked up. Gonna have to end the show. So we've been close to 4 hours on this. Sorry, 3 hours. We're gonna end the show, fellas. The connection's fucking up, so we're gonna end the show. And shout out to everybody out there in the Discord. Thank you for joining us. I'll tell them that as soon as we get off of here. But yeah, shout out to everybody that jumped on the Discord. Shout out to everybody that donated the super chat. Did I forget any super chats, by the way? Hold on, let me check. Yeah, sorry, Texas Bulldog. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. He says, I like him, but Gonzalo's right. That wasn't backpedaling. Yeah, that Rigondeaux thing, that it was too much, man. Fucking Rigondeaux, that was too much running. So shout out to Texas Bulldog for his contribution. Not the fuck, why did I change it? So shout out to Texas Bulldog for his contribution. Shout out to everybody that joined us on the Discord, like I said, everybody in the chat. So Pete says, haha, who's BD running to? Discord Geek Squad? I don't know what's going on with the connection, but listen, we've been here for close to 3 hours. Gotta go. Thanks everybody for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Join us on the Discord next week, next Friday. We're going to try to be here every Friday, opening up the panel for everybody. We'll try to see what happens this weekend. Maybe we go live after the Brook Khan fight. Maybe we do it on Sunday. But in any event, thank you for joining us. Catch you later. Have a good night. Take it easy.
Dark night. It's a night.